Hey, Vampire Logan here. We are doing we got a new chatter. Hello, chatter. Valixion. We are doing some D&D Beyond the Wild Beyond the Witchlight with a game we played sort of offline for a little bit, and then we're doing it online now. Our players have met a an old warlock who is looking for someone to find his patron and reunite him with them. And our heroes
Oh,
have, well, I think only one of you was taking that quest. The other one was like spying on the other, something like that.
yes, that was me.
Yeah. So
I was
our
lying because I was gonna take all his money.
so one of
I
them
didn't.
has a nefarious goal, and the other was on the quest. And I think they have teamed up now. But they met this guy.
Yeah.
They came to the Witchlight Carnival and were given tickets. And the Bobby Micswagger was going there with his, I guess, your aunt and uncle and cousin or
Cousin,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
little
Yes.
cousin,
The
and
cousin
little
has,
cousin child.
and the little
that
cousin's
forced me
Adam.
to do stuff.
So you were gonna go here and sort of do this quest while visiting it with your family, and then the Calypso appeared there for another reason. I can't remember why. Or I think you were just following this guy.
Yeah, I was following him because I was outside of the house, and I stole the ticket for the carnival, in fact, and followed him in. I refused to wear the wings, and I did steal his wallet, and that was how I got caught because one of the carnival workers saw me. He didn't, but the carnival worker did. And then I had to follow them around with Adam, basically.
Yeah. So you were following them, and then you got kind of sucked in by the kind of carnival and the child wonderment of joining some of the events, and so you got into them, and because the cousin is a young child, and that's something that you kind of soften up to. You're a bit of a hard case, and
Yeah.
I think you got caught doing stealing off of Bobby,
Yes,
Yeah,
I took
and
his ticket because I was gonna make him pay for another one, and then
yeah,
one of the carnival workers saw me.
oh yeah, that's right. And then you gave it back reluctantly after the child. Do we have a name for that kid? I don't think we did.
Adam. I
Adam,
think it
yeah.
was
Adam,
Adam,
yeah.
and I know that my character was in like
What?
female, appears as female right now because what's it called? Changeling. Yeah.
Yeah. So we
So like Rogue's character was a little bit more harder because past life.
yeah. So you guys had gone to the Pixie Kingdom first, and then you were got shrunk down to a small size, and were experiencing some of the events in there, like a little tiny Ferris wheel and some other things, and I think flying with pixie dust. And then
Yes.
you found out some information there about, I think, some of the other uh, people who work at the carnival.
Uh-huh.
You found out something about a mermaid, I think.
Yeah. A mermaid, who was, I think it was something like they liked someone. Two of them had been seeing each other or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Um,
And then they were unable
yeah.
to see each other for some reason. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
And then after that, you went up. Oh, you'd also heard about a bird person that was messing with people in the carnival.
Yes.
And then you went up to the Silver Song Lake to see if maybe that was where the mermaid was. You heard a beautiful song sung by her, and then she swam off. And
Yeah,
then you noticed the
the
Kenku
uh-huh.
doing
It was
something.
it was being mean. It
Oh
was
yeah, he
what
was
made the
heckling.
mermaid go away.
He was
Yeah.
heckling as and using illusion to look like different people. And so you
Yes.
chased the Kenku down the street, and then you
And I yeehawed his ass.
yeah
I got put to sleep immediately after striking, and then he took like 20 turns to freaking rope the thing.
So someone on in our chat is saying there is a like one of you is a changeling, right? Bobby,
Yeah.
you're a changeling,
Bobby.
and you're currently appearing as someone else. I think you were as a
He is a female, and that's the worst possible choice for my character
yeah.
because
You don't get along,
she doesn't trust females because of what her mom did to her when she was like 4.
right? And so
And Bobby just likes to change his forms
this
sometimes.
this chatter is asking if the following traits apply to your shifting ability. He's talking about a mimic in general, but as it changes shape, its bones crunch, tendons and ligaments tear, and a generous amount of heat is created as the creature quickly realigns its internal organs. It doesn't seem to
Ooh.
care because it evolved without pain receptors. It's typical of shapeshifters. Is that something that is the way you shape changes to like a physical, like grinding kind of situation?
Uh, I usually base it off on what it gave me the description, and I think there's like a limitation. I can't go below. I can't be small, and I
Oh,
can't
y'all are
be
gonna love
large. I can
this
only
one.
be medium, I think.
Yeah, so I think it doesn't modify the body so much as just change your outward appearance. So
Yeah, I
like
think that's what
more
it
the
does.
skin, I
Yeah.
think, and maybe hair and stuff like that,
Now, if
but
he
not
was full
internal
on
organs.
lycanthrope, I think that's what occurs.
Yeah, it sounds more like a
That-
werewolf or like
Yeah,
a
because
werebear.
lycanthropes are, oh god, lycanthropes are terrible, dude.
Yeah,
You're in
gruesome.
pain, dude.
And a mimic is like a even more kind of physically
Oh
unusual
She's
creature.
god,
killing me over here.
If not size shape, it probably at
that
least
sounds scary to be.
yeah. It's definitely pretty grim. This is a very more of a light-hearted campaign, so it's set in the Feywild with sort of a whimsical kind of um, theme, not so much on the horror side. Although it'd be interesting to run
Yeah.
this as a horror thing.
Oh, that would be so cool. Like instead of a really cool, like fun, it was like a horror carnival.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Okay, so we got you guys to that fight with the
Okay.
Kenku, and then the Kenku was I believe surrendered or something, and you guys were able to question her, but
And
she
then
could
me and
only
her
Yeah.
debated.
she could only talk in like things in like mimics of things she's heard from other people, not actual
Yes.
mimics, but by mimicking other people that she'd heard. So she pieced
Mhm.
together some words, and I think you guys found out a little something about her backstory.
I think we
Just
found out what patrons she served.
yeah, I think it was a
It was
warlock or
the
something.
same guy who sent us on, or he sent you on the mission. Same guy that I stole a ticket from, out in the pumpkin patch before we even left for the carnival.
Oh yeah, it was the what
It
was
was
her
a
name?
wasn't it an ogre warlock?
Uh
Because he was a patron to the same one that we're looking
yeah,
for.
the guy who sent you here, the aging warlock, was Madrik Rosloff,
Yeah.
and his archfey patron was Zybilna,
Yes.
and
And
she rules Prismere.
we both had a flashback too of being saved by her. Mine was something about falling into a frozen lake, and I would have died if she hadn't pulled me out.
That's
I'm
right.
not
Yeah.
gonna. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
don't
I
remember
genuinely
Bobby's though.
forgot mine.
Yeah, I don't remember yours. I just remember mine.
Yeah, I
I
can't
think
remember
mine had to
mine.
deal with I fell sick or something like that.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
she healed you or stayed with you while you healed or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, these are like things that because we were not recording this, uh we're like we weren't recording before, so I can't even go back and look, which I usually do. But now now that
Yeah,
we're doing that, we can do that from now on. So we'll just
for
get
sure.
us up to speed here, and then we'll just continue on. So, oh, the chatter is asking if not the size shape, it'd probably be. Oh, that was already said. Can the Kenku combine things it repeats, like Bumblebee changing stations to make? Yeah, I think so. I think we did that last time. I think we combined like one sentence and another sentence in a different voice. Because that's the thing. She was
Yeah,
doing all these different voices for
that was
people in the
her. That
crowd.
was
Yeah.
the Kinku's main thing. Was like each
Yeah,
time, each
it was
sentence was a different voice that they mimicked.
at the
Yeah.
eventually, I think like towards the end of talking to her, she like got to one voice and used that one for the whole time. And that was where we kind of like made a deal that if we let her go, that she would keep us informed on anything she could find out, and we would try and see if we could go and figure things out in the tent at the workers area and try stop licking me. We could
To put that in context, there is a pet, an animal there, not
yes.
anything else
There's
going
a
on.
dog and he's kiss happy. He's giving me kisses like crazy. Um and he won't let me stop petting him either. I've been held hostage. Um but yeah,
No.
and we're supposed to go into the tent area and get back to where the workers are, and we're supposed to see if we can find the owners of the carnival and figure out what's going on, or I think generally anyone with any kind of information, anything we can find.
Yeah.
You
So,
were in the
oh yeah,
way,
you had found out that Kettle
dog.
Stream. The name of the Kenku is Kettle Steam. Kettle Steam, and she is also a warlock of Sibilna, and she wants to meet the carnival owners to find out about getting to Prismere, but they've been giving her the cold shoulder. You found out, and she had overheard um somebody the carnival
Stop it.
owners were saying, she overheard and she mimics the one of the owners' voice saying, "Someone is going to find out about this. They'll shut us down." And followed by
Yeah.
another voice, "We agreed to this pact. Our hands were forced, but our eyes were open. We let the Hourglass Coven take what it wants, and in return, we stay in business. That's what you want, right?" And then the reason she's causing trouble in the carnival is because she wants to force them to kind of let her know what's going on with Zybilna and Prismere. And she wants you guys to find out, so she's sending you guys to the staff area to see if you can talk to the owners.
Yes. And she will keep us informed if she finds anything out.
Yeah. And I don't think you guys mentioned. Did you guys mention the other guy that you were working for?
No, she did. She said no, she didn't. She said that Zabilna was her patron, and we were like, that's the same person that we're looking for. So we mentioned that we were also looking for who she's trying to find out about.
Yeah, you didn't mention though his name, so that's
Mm-mm.
not relevant here. Okay. Um. Okay, so yeah, I think you need to go to that part. I think that's where we're gonna go next, is to the staff area.
Yes.
Yep.
So basically we could like start at um letting uh
Kettle steam.
bird person go. Yeah, kettle steam, thanks.
Okay, so kettle steam will. What can I do here?
I don't know what my character's doing at this point.
I don't either, dude. You were like all serious and stuff at the beginning, and then all of a sudden he turned into a crackhead.
Yeah, like
Like, I want girls.
Yeah,
yeah,
what?
yeah, like I don't know, dude.
You
It's
gotta
just like
change your.
it would be so hella awkward to do it at a carnival because of this.
Would
Like
not to mention that you're literally hanging out with a child.
yeah, exactly. Like that would be
I do
weird. So
remember
that
that she
plan got
insulted you
ruined
very
right off the
heavily, though.
bat.
I do remember that I insulted you very heavily because I said something about how you need to look in a mirror because that's the reason that you can't get a girlfriend.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
pretty sure
Like,
he
you got
like
on
took
her
I
good
think he
He
took
was
that as
like,
like a
I'm going
shrug.
to destroy you now.
Okay, how do I clear? Oh, yeah, clear target.
You know who else?
Uh,
Man.
get rid of this.
I want to make a villain cleric because I saw a TikTok.
I'm very interested in making a campaign where it's villains, where everyone's the villain.
Dude, I am watching the Bloodkeep right now, and I am so down for that.
It
Or
was
Escape
pretty
from the
good.
Blood.
Yeah.
It is. It's very good. Oh my god. And my crazy voice actor,
Uh-oh.
Matthew, his character, oh, he's my
Yeah.
favorite. He's so the poor
Leland.
guy and getting attacked by the Galfast and not being able to kill it. It's so funny.
I know. Okay, that's not it. How do I get rid of this object I created here? Where's the Nope, that's not what I want to do. Ah. I have not been using this program much lately, so I gotta get into using it.
Oh no, bro.
You have a serious problem.
Problem. Leave me alone.
Oh, I got rid of it. Okay.
I like how I didn't hear any of that,
Pouting
Lamar.
Dexter. She said that she doesn't have a problem. I'm looking. She has a bunch of anime collection figures and Funko Pops and stuff,
Okay, now
and she
it's
keeps
working.
buying more. And I was like, "You have a serious problem." She said, "I don't have a problem. Leave
Why
me
are you
alone."
buying so much?
See, we got Benny Maru, we got Tim Drake, we got Ryu, we got
Wh-
Gojo. There's another Gojo somewhere. There's two Rengokus. There's a
Why is
Pikachu
there
Gojo.
two?
The other one,
All right, so you guys go up into this staff area.
he has a problem.
Now I can move you guys. Can you
One
guys
of
see
them
this?
cost $300.
Can you guys see the screen?
I
Nope.
don't. It's not
You're not
through
streaming.
Discord.
Okay, let me see if I can stream it as well as run the game. Share the screen.
You know who else wants to stream?
Oh, I think that is
Oh,
actually
I can see
working
it.
and not messing with my. The only thing is you can see all the other stuff. Can I like limit how much of
Okay.
the screen you can see?
Why not just move the tabs a bit so we don't see any of the story?
Yeah, I just kind of like organize the tabs because you can scroll in and out and make the map bigger. And I only focused on like the main areas we were at when I was looking at it.
I mean,
Yeah, if you
honestly, I
just
would have done the same.
yeah, if you guys just ignore the right hand side of the screen, like
I
block
can't
that
even
out.
like it's so small that I can barely read it anyways. Like the details. I can only read like the titles.
Yeah, I wonder if I can zoom in. I don't want to give your computer. Oh, I can't do that without subscribing. Okay. All right. Well, it's there.
Rip. You can't fix it at all.
I
It's
can't
like
make it
give
better
us
quality,
money.
but you guys can sort of see where you are.
So I guess I'm going in because kid. They'd just be like, "Oh, there's a kid," and then take
Oh,
her
yeah, I
out.
guess the Kinku is gonna go wander off.
Y'all are gonna love this new character, bro. Look at this shit.
Oh crap! I just deleted
I
everything.
completely forgot how I constructed Bobby too, because it's been a fat
Save
week
this.
or two.
That's amazing.
He is in
You loved
girl. He
it?
is a
I do.
girl right now. So.
This is my best character.
Oh, what was Logan? Did I tell you what his fake name was?
I think you did, but I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember it was. All I know is it was
Funny.
Aladdin, not Aladdin. It was like a elf sub race. It was one of the new ones.
Oh, Eladrin, yeah.
Eladrin, yeah. The Celestial League? I think those were
It's like
Celestials,
a
right?
Fey realm
Yeah,
elf,
Fey realm.
actually.
Yeah.
Just having
Okay.
a staring contest with your money.
I think it was Rosa or something like that, because
Oh,
Maybe.
Dexter's sleeping.
That sounds familiar.
yeah, Rosa. Let's go with Rosa.
Guys, the
So
dog leaves me alone now. He's sleeping. I
So-
can not have to pet anymore.
Okay,
can I
so
roll an intelligence to see if I come up with a really good excuse to be there? Because I have
Well,
nothing right
first
now.
of all, there's an obstacle that you need to overcome. So,
Oh.
a tangled wall of thorns surrounds a cluster of wagons lit by lanterns. The caravan is very barely visible through the thicket. And this is behind the big top there. And it's protected by a very high, thick wall of thorns. At least 20 feet high and 5 feet thick.
How big are the gaps?
Not big enough to wiggle through for any size person.
Would I be able to shapeshift to fit through it?
No, because you can only stay the same size you are. So if you couldn't fit through now, doesn't matter what shape.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. Well, I was thinking of like if I was a dwarf or a halfling, would I be able to get through?
I don't think so.
Halflings, I think, are small anyway, so I don't think I can do that.
You can try to push your way through, but the thorns are definitely going to give you some damage.
What do I have in my weapons?
Are we going now? I'm helping Elena on the side.
So my character has no clue exactly how to get through. Well, what's the walling like? Is it all over the walling, like completely encircled? The same thing?
Yeah, the wall of thorns is this green
Is
area
there
all the
weak?
way around.
Is there like old weak points or?
It looks pretty much the same all the way around. You make your way around.
I look at the kid and I say,
What's the height cap for a dwarf? Like 4 foot something? I don't even know.
It's like 5, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty flexible depending on, like, if you're a mountain dwarf, you could be
Minimum
taller.
average is
Average is
like
about 4 feet though.
Well,
yeah.
it'd be hilarious if you had a like a 3.5 foot dwarf barbarian. Do it. You want the balls?
So, Rogue, my Bobby looks at your character
Okay, I'm listening. I promise.
and he says, "You think you could fit through that?"
From your observation of it, does not look like you could fit through without getting poked by thorns.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Say it again. She asked me a question.
Rosa, which is his current name right now, is gonna politely ask, "Can you fit through that?"
Okay. What am I looking at? What am I looking to fit
The
through?
thorn. So there's a gateway and it's full of thorns, basically.
Okay.
I think like vines or like trees. Logan,
And it doesn't look like I could fit through without getting scratched up.
No, it's definitely
Yeah.
small enough to cover any size. Even a pixie would probably be risking getting
Okay.
hurt.
Damn.
Then is there any kind of roll I can do to see if maybe I could like kind of squirm through, like using my
Okay, you
clothes
can
to?
make a test dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Let's see here.
So you try
How
to
do
move
I?
through the first foot of wall, and
How do I roll dexterity? God dang it! Oh, is it right here?
Click Dex.
I found
saving
it.
throw. Look for the saving throw.
A saving throw.
Yeah, there'll be a list of saving throws
Found it.
on your main page, I think.
It's the long column of additional skills, or
Let's see. You're looking at it probably like this. So it'll be on the left hand side, the saving throws box,
oh, okay.
and then
Me.
dexterity. Yours is +5. So if you click on that,
Okay, I clicked it and I got a 10.
okay. So you take Hang on a sec.
Knocked out.
You take 5 points.
Gets knocked out with the
5
thorns.
points of damage, and you
Okay.
and you have only made it a foot in.
Oh, okay, that's nice. So I'll just, I guess, leave the bush and be like, nah, that's not gonna work.
Not happening.
My character says, "Don't worry, I got
Sorry, can't
another
do it."
idea."
Be like, how about you let me come up with the ideas, because we see where your ideas are getting us.
Yeah, you listen to that idea.
I still have the rope, right? We didn't, but it might be cut, right? So maybe
Well, I
like
have
half.
you as being under sleep. I think that's gone now.
Yeah, because I woke up and went and helped with the bird.
I remember
Because
that
I
you
got
were slept by the Thank you.
immediately. I attacked one time and she fucking slept me,
Bad possession.
like
Yep.
Anna with her fucking.
So, trying to get creative. Could I use? I don't have good decks. Can I try and acrobatics my way over it by
It's
climbing?
20 feet high. You're gonna have a hard time doing that.
I
And if
mean,
you fail,
isn't
you're
there
gonna
like
land in the brambles in the middle of them, and then you're gonna have to fight your way out, which could kill you.
okay?
Okay,
Um,
what's your acrobatics plus?
it's only a +1, so that's why I'm not doing it.
Okay, I have a +5 on acrobatics
Then you can try.
and a +5 on stealth if that was necessary.
Just don't die.
God. I'm already down to 5 hit points, so it's whatever.
Then okay, I have more hit points. Let me do it. In fact, after that fight, do I get
You're
the
gonna die.
hit points I lost back?
If you
I'm at
guys
13.
rest, you can get them back, but right now you've taken 6 damage, and now Calypso's taken 5. She didn't
Wait,
take any
me?
in the
Yeah.
fight.
Wait, I took 6.
In the fight, yeah.
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 I mean,
Okay.
normally I would have probably taken a short rest because of the fact that
But if you take a
Yeah,
short rest
right.
here, you're gonna miss out on a bunch of the events, and we'll jump ahead to something else.
Oh
okay.
Lord. Okay.
I didn't know that was an issue.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me look, because I've got stuff. Stealth. Well, that's not gonna help.
What about fire?
What about an investigation check to see if there's a different way to get inside?
I need to look if there is another way.
Oh wait, hold on. Aw. I guess not. Hmm. Level 1 creativity.
There we go. Timed events. So you guys
So
have
I
been here
actually
for. So you got the welcome gift event, then you did Pixie Kingdom, then you did Silversong Lake. So that was I think the welcome event, does that take up the whole hour? Do you guys remember what thing you got from the welcome gift?
I don't remember.
I don't think we wrote it down.
Did I even get anything?
Oh yeah, I think you
Oh,
failed to
Bobby,
catch the seed or whatever.
I got a seat. I
thought
got
that
a wish
everything
thing.
was like funny
Yeah, and I got a
or
wish
something like
thing.
that.
Yeah, and I wished for good-looking women that are thick.
Oh, and I think yeah, we actually
And that
have
was
that
the funny
here.
part.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually wrote it down. It was Bobby's wish was thick wife.
Big wife.
Wow. And that was where it all started.
Hey, yo, in medieval times, that was some good shit, though.
And I think the other thing that happened to you was you had, I think you had something that was making you think everything was funny,
Mm-hmm.
like an
He did.
effect
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah. And then my character kept like memeing and shit.
Okay, yeah, there was that, and then the other time. You were told that at the 4th hour there's going to be a big top extravaganza. So I think I'm gonna say, so you did first event 1, 2, 3, and kind of used up the rest of that time messing with the kinku. So I'll say that event, as you guys are trying to think of a way to get into this area, you hear the announcer saying that in a few minutes the big top extravaganza is going to start, and if you want to get in on that, you got to get into the big top pretty quick.
Okay. So she Calypso kind of thinks about it, and she's like, look, we need to chill out for a second. We're both taking a little bit of damage, and we can't figure out how to get into this anyways. So why don't we go to the big top thing, because it's close to starting anyways, and maybe we can see something that the staff workers do. When they leave it, we can follow them and see if they get inside a different way, and we can do what they do. Or we could
My character
steal
just starts
something they
wrapping
might
ropes
use to do
around
it.
their hands, and they say, or maybe we outsmart the defenses.
And she's just like, you're fucking stupid. Stop. Don't do that.
And so what I'm doing is I'm wrapping the rope around their hand, right? And it's forming like a padding.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put that hand wrapped rope, like the rope around the hand. I'm gonna try and touch the thorns. Does the thorn hurt?
Okay, make a dexterity save.
God damn.
Yeah, because you're still gonna take damage. It's just your hands, not your entire body.
No, he's not going in. He's just putting
Putting his
his
hand
hand.
in. I'll give you I'll adjust the DC for that, just based on that.
I got a 14.
14. It seems okay so far on the first, like just pushing your hand in, but as soon as it reaches where the ropes aren't, you do get poked a little bit. Not enough to do
So
damage, but enough to think twice.
so my character says,
She
"There's another way."
her character's ready.
I think Calypso is already heading towards the big top.
Yeah, Calypso fucking left him. She was like, if you lose your fucking arm, I'm not helping you. And she keeps walking towards the big top.
My character says, "Good luck getting in there without an adult."
He's like, I have a ticket. Guess who has your
And-
ticket, idiot? And she
And
walks
Calypso
inside.
sees the
Wait.
parents of Adam walking towards the big top.
Yeah.
From
She's like,
the
"Oh."
Silver Song Lake.
She's like, oh, well, would you look at that? Here they come. I'm going to go in there and be
Dragged.
smart while you sit out here and lose your fucking arm like an idiot, you little bitch. And she goes in to the parents and she's like, hey, I want to hang out with Adam again. I'm following you. And then doesn't give them time to think about it and lets Adam drag her inside.
Okay, so you see the roof of this tent reaches towards the night sky, and 3 swooping peaks topped with spinning gold stars. Painted wooden panels on the tent walls whirl with colorful motion, displaying the vibrant circus performances. Sound of music and laughter drifts out through the canvas door. You walk up to there and you see that it's you can enter there for free. They do punch your card for one of the events, and everybody's kind of rushing in there to try and get seats. It seems like it's first come, first serve. You see currently It hasn't started yet, but there's lots of entertainers, walking around juggling like orbs of light and dancing and doing like low um like circus acrobatics and nothing like too major like from up above, but like walking on tight ropes and things like that. And there's some clowns in there clowning around, making people
Oh
laugh.
my god. This is gonna make my character want to shoot himself.
Okay.
The clown part.
Quick question off of the
Oh
game.
god.
Elena's character is ready. Can we like drop him in here and meet him here?
Okay, yeah. Let's
Awesome.
do a
Wait.
little.
Did my character end up getting dragged? Because if he doesn't get dragged, he probably would have stayed out.
No, bro, she doesn't care about you. She told you can lose
Yeah,
your fucking arm. I don't care.
your family motions you to come in. They're all excited.
Okay.
Yeah. Adam gives
No,
you the same
I
puppy
did.
face he gave me, and he's like, "Get your ass in here, bitch."
He's
Fucking
picking up your language.
real.
Yeah, I'm teaching the child good things for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna jump to the other character. Is it in the campaign now?
She has it ready. I don't know how to get her in the campaign.
I sent
She's
you a
on
link
D&D
there that if she
Okay.
accepts that
I'll send
invite
it to
link.
her. Did you send it to her or to me? Because I'll send it to her.
Either that or if she can just give me the character number. When you're looking at the character, it'll show you a like 7 or 8 digit number or something. I can just, because I just need to get it into the game, so I just have to import it.
We're trying to find it. Is it just on the character sheet or is it like?
It'll be in like the URL part at the top. There'll just be a number there when you're looking at the character sheet.
Okay. So she's copy pasting the number for you right now.
Okay, and I need to pull up
And
the.
she is in my. If we have to, I'll just take my headset off and we'll just share her computer.
Or you can just tell me what she says. That's probably just as good.
Yeah,
Okay.
to be honest.
Translate.
No.
Just go.
Translate.
Here. Do you have Logan
Translate.
friended? Okay, then go back to here. And then just scroll down to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight right here. And put it in there.
And Logan, you know so
Send it.
much if my character is
Okay, she
even
just sent the
allowed
code
freedom.
into the
It will
Witchlight
happen.
chat.
Okay. Go.
You know who will?
You know who else?
You know who else gets dragged along into the big top?
Why, Mom?
You know who else? God.
No. Yes.
Rogue, remember when Priest kept saying that every sentence, dude?
Oh God, yeah. That was the one time that I was like, bro, shut up.
It's enough.
I'm not harassing your bunny. Leave me alone. Come here, Jane.
And we both know
Jane,
this.
take the grass, Jane. Don't run from me.
Harassing her. That poor bunny.
Rogue is just literally like, take the motherfucking grass and eat it.
Yeah. She ran away from me. I'm sad now.
She's traumatized.
I'm not. She is not traumatized. She's
Bunny
racist.
gives wide
Obviously.
eyes of terror.
She named it after a creepypasta. So it might be planning my murder for all I know.
What would happen if the bunny ate somebody, like an entire person? Like, would
That'd
they
be
become
epic.
like
Funicula.
Yes.
what?
You never read that book, Funicula?
Nah.
That was a whole TV show, bro.
They made it a TV show.
I can actually hear her now.
Yeah, she just has to get in front of her mic and be loud. She also took her muffler off so she can hear herself. I'm trying to stay away from the mic too so it doesn't pick me up.
So, have you guys ever watched Watership Down or something like that, or read it?
I have read and watched it.
That shit gets
No.
wild for rabbits.
Yeah.
It's like warrior
Yes,
cats, dude.
yeah.
You love my backstory, Bruce?
Yes.
Okay.
Freaking
Do you have a like? I'm gonna try and find a female dwarf picture because I need some image.
Born
character,
on the
it's not a female.
ground.
It's not a female.
Oh,
It's
it's
a
a male
male?
dwarf
Yeah.
barbarian.
It's a
Logan,
man.
like, oh, it's a girl.
He-
It must be a
Alright,
girl.
sure.
No. Yeah, read the backstory. That'll explain everything.
I mean,
Read that to your chat.
all right, let's check this out.
Let me guess. Is it Among Us level?
I can't actually look at it because it has to be in the campaign, so I can't actually look
Dude,
Unless
Rogue,
it-
Okay. Well,
Rogue,
when you get it in the campaign, then
unless it copied it over.
Rogue.
Their notes.
My character's literally imposter.
it should be in her under. It's like under the second or third tab. She wrote the custom backstory instead of
Yeah, it
choosing
doesn't
something.
show in the one that imported, so yeah, it didn't copy
can-
over.
copy paste it.
Sure, yeah, copy
Just-
and paste it into the
Put it down, copy paste it, and he can read it to his chat. To figure out where it went. Go
Rogue.
back up.
okay, and I will try to
I'm
find it.
helping. Leave me alone. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. Maybe other. I tried notes. Vision allies, enemies, backstory. Yeah, it didn't put the backstory. Okay. Go up to manage. Let's see if maybe we can. Go back and then hit manage again.
Light, or is that just the default? No, dwarf.
Character settings, maybe. Oh. No.
Slog.
Oh yeah, I think you can go to the characters and then choose what to do with it. Edit, yeah.
I clicked wrong button.
Okay.
Who cares about myself? I don't. Let me just.
This is gonna turn into a therapy session real quick.
Let me just copy.
And then okay. And then just yeah, and then paste it to Logan.
No, isn't there like a way on here?
Oh yeah, notes. And then paste it.
Paste.
Okay, so then hit enter, I guess? Question mark.
No,
Save.
It's this button.
Is this in the Wild Beyond the Witchlight chat?
In there now.
She should get it to her character
Or
sheet.
directly to me?
It's in the character sheet. She has it. She sent me the character code in Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and then it should show on the character sheet now if you reload it. She added it to.
Oh, but I can't see it in D&D Beyond because you have to join the campaign.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how to get her in the campaign. I don't remember.
I sent you the link directly.
Okay.
To your. Actually, I
Send
can
her
send
to-
it to her. Hang on.
Okay.
Is it still? No.
Yeah, I don't think she has you friended.
Okay. But she's in the chat in the
Yeah, she is
group,
in
so now I
the
can-
Witchlight.
I should be able to do it. Except now I don't know where it went. Look at yours. Oh yeah, there it is. So in D&D Beyond, you have to go to join campaign, I think, and then maybe you should just. I think if you just click on this link, it should work.
Yeah, because that'd be easier.
Hang on. Let's go
Hopefully.
here. There. I think if you just click on that link, it should work to just put you in.
Okay, she's joining with the character now.
There we go.
Okay, and then she's got the backstory in the notes section where it says backstory. So hopefully you should see it.
So it says Carlton Grimbly is a friendly, manly dwarf who gets along easily with people, but with one flaw. He has a squeaky girl voice with the nickname Mimzy. Even with how manly he was, his voice would always shock people. If he wasn't so friendly with everyone, they would have made fun of him, but they didn't have the heart to. He was given the nickname Mimzy due to his voice sounding like a girl, so they gave him a girly nickname as a joke, and as well to confuse people who haven't met him. Even though the name was a joke, he took as his everyday name. Okay, so he goes by Mimzy with everybody then? He
Yes.
prefers. Okay.
It's like one of those call me Kilgores from the Flash, but it's call me Mimzy.
Okay, so I'm gonna change his picture because I think that isn't the best one.
No more coffee.
Yes, I'm very depressed.
How dare.
I'm very depressed.
Oh, we're depressed now. Espresso, espresso. I got like 4 hours of sleep yesterday. So.
I have none.
I don't know what is sleep.
No, I had.
We're
some.
just a couple of crackheads
had,
all in the
like,
same room.
3 hours? No.
Don't look at
4.
me like that,
I had
Dexter.
at least 4.
I actually like this for the look. I don't know if that suits it, but it's kind of funny that he's got the Braveheart look. That voice.
I know. I was like, that is
I
the
like that.
manliest looking for picture.
Yeah,
Use that one.
it's totally manly.
Do it.
Okay, so that is him. So, let's
Wait, why did I look like a rogue character?
to make this go a little faster. Let's make it so that one of you already knows this guy.
Oh, do you have a criminal background? Dang it. I stole something from her. We'll go with that. From him.
Okay.
Smithing tool.
So but then you befriended them, or is it just only that?
Oh no, he's probably gonna try to kill me on sight. Let's go with that.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! What are we trying to do to this place?
Yeah, he's super friendly. He would forgive you.
Stole something.
That would.
And he's also what did we say? Chaotic neutral?
Yeah, chaotic neutral.
Okay, so yeah. Well, that's boring, but fine.
And for fate, what is that again?
Yeah.
What D&D? What is this again?
No,
like
for like fate, I put what is
Dude,
that
what
again?
is even my
I mean, the
character's
intelligence
alarming?
is only a 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, a dump stat. Okay, so
Those in rolls, that's bullshit.
okay,
I'm
so
so mad.
let's yeah, I want it to be a reason why you guys would automatically group up, because I don't want to have to go through like the meeting and then the battle and then befriending somehow.
Maybe then she stole something, but she got caught. He got it back. And so now when they see each other, it's just kind of like, hey, you stole my shit. And she's like, yeah, I did. You want to come hang out?
And I'm like, yeah, let's hang out.
All right, so
Yeah.
as you are entering the big top, you see Mimzy there. And Mimzy, for your backstory, the reason you're here at the Witchlight Carnival is do you have something in mind, or do you want to me to throw something in there?
Maybe she doesn't really have any ideas.
Okay, then I'm just gonna say you also met this warlock that they had met, and like just a few hours later, and he just kind of threw you at going here and trying to help out. Maybe he mentioned Calypso, and then you, hey, I know that girl, and or no, Calypso wasn't there, so you only know, yeah, so you don't even know this guy. So yeah, maybe you just knew him or something. Would your character know a warlock?
My character knows the warlock that did the tickets because, like, we originally said something about he met her and was trying to be nice to her and stuff, but she just did the usual thing of being as horrible as possible of a child to prove that somebody would just throw her away again, like her mom did.
Yeah.
And then she ran, but he didn't throw her away. She just ran because she didn't trust it. and then she was listening in on the conversation, so she does know who he is.
Okay, so so he tried, and then he had had felt bad that she didn't stay and get to know him, and he wanted to help her, and so he sent Mimzy there to, since Mimzy also knew her, to maybe just help her out and look out for her, because he's a kindly old man and he's just wants her to someone to watch for her. All right, so that's why Carlton is there, and or Mimsy, and so then you would see Calypso and Bobby going into the big top.
I thought I heard volley. I'm not gonna cap. Volley.
Volley.
Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby looks very depressed. Like he does not like this fucking place. No.
No,
He's
you
like,
do, because you think everything is funny. You're
oh
having
yeah,
a great time.
yeah. I forgot about that. He thinks it's funny, but he's deep down suffering.
If you can
I
see
forgot
through
about.
his
I keep
laughter.
forgetting that that's a thing. That he has to think everything's funny. Would that? Oh god, I can meme hard on his shape shifting right now. He's
You might have to get
imposter.
right in your mic for him to hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Okay.
Among Us.
She hasn't really said anything to y'all yet.
Okay.
I'm just talking to a dog.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard the dog. Yeah. I can hear the dog.
That's
So-
the voice, by the way. That's the voice.
I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it, but I didn't hear a word. So quiet.
Okay. So anyway, you guys go into the. Do you want to like meet first, or are you just gonna keep an eye on her from a distance?
I'm gonna say she kind of like was. She noticed him across the carnival grounds, so she kind of like slowly started making her way through different children and stuff, and went over there, and she like didn't say anything to Bobby, so maybe he follows just to see if she's trying to steal again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby would probably moderate that.
Yeah, because she's got. I mean, my sleight of hand is a +7, dude. Like,
I know,
you
I
have to
know
watch it,
that.
or I'm gonna take something.
Yeah, the character already got proven once that she can steal. So,
Yeah. Took your shit. You didn't even know. I think didn't I roll a 20 for that plus my 7.
yeah, but the guy caught her, and that's how he figured it out.
Yeah, that stupid grounds worker.
Yeah, and some
Can't
of the
remember.
rules here are, I think that's in the rules on the pamphlet you got with the your tickets and that.
Yeah, if
There's
you get
something about
if you
stealing.
steal, you get kicked out or something.
Yeah.
She
And
would
there's
have just
also a
stolen
rule
another
about
ticket and got back in.
reciprocity, which
What is
What
that?
is that?
I'll see if I can find it. If you basically, if someone offers to help you and you accept, then you kind of owe them like a
Oh,
kind of matching amount of help.
yeah. She'd probably be okay with that because she kind of has that with like her thief code, you know? If one
Yeah.
helps, then you have to steal something else for that person too. Except it just wouldn't be stealing with these people.
Right. Um. Yeah, I don't know where that is, but I will look it up next time. Anyway, so yeah, there is like these 3 rules on the stuff you got, and it was something about not stealing from people.
My character's just like, what rules?
Yeah. Because
What
they said
rules?
something about kicking me out if I
Yeah, I think you get
didn't
kicked
give
out,
her
and
things
if you
back.
get kicked out, you can't complete the search for the Prismeer. So
That's a fat rep. Instant mission fail.
yeah.
Gets kicked.
Yes.
Instant mission fail.
So let's just say that for the sake of moving things along, that Mimsy notices you before you get a chance to try and lift something,
Yeah.
and then you guys can talk.
I mean, it could have easily gone 2 ways. I mean, I think Bobby, if he was close enough, would probably be able to catch her.
Yeah.
Unless she like does a sleight of hand.
She tried to steal something, and Mimzy was just like, "Hey, why are you trying to steal my shit again, you little shit?"
I think Mimzy would say, "Hey, nice to see you," or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then you'd feel bad.
Be like, hey, yo, what the dog doing?
He's like,
What
I
dog?
didn't need that anyway. You can have that sword.
I'm thinking of chases towards you and gives you a hug and can't escape.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm being super friendly, so this is my way. You may have stole from me, but I might as well hug you since I know you.
Okay.
Once. It's already official. We're friends the second time we meet.
Okay, so she's like, yeah,
So
she
you
ran
reach-
over there.
You reach up to steal, and you get a big hug. You get caught in a big hug.
Can't you see this?
Like gasping for air. And
Is the high voice? Is the high voice kind of like Mike Tyson's kind of high voice?
It's almost like an anime girl voice, to be honest. Do
Bro.
your voice in the mic. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
I hear you now, but I didn't hear you then.
Is this a waifu?
You're gonna have to like stay in your mic.
Waifu.
Hello.
You can't go
I can
push
hear
to
that.
talk.
Silently, Bob. Did Bobby hear that?
Yeah.
Silently in his head, he's like, "Shoot me now." Hey, that's footy.
Yeah, he thinks it's hilarious.
Okay. So she kind of like gasping for air, looks at him like
He's like Bobby's laughing a storm right now, Paul, right?
And I'll assume that that Mimzy just insists that you guys sit you and your whole group sit next to him.
Okay, so you just hit your T and then see if it can be like perfect. Okay, so you can just like be like, you should sit with me, and then just like sit down and like drop me right there, something like that, you know, Mimsy things.
He picks you up and plops you down on the stool.
Bro, why did I imagine the dwarf picking up your character like a rag doll?
I'd see you again.
Because she's
Oh,
11
that's
years
great.
old and tiny as fuck.
And then I'm 32 years old.
Yeah.
11 years.
And it's funny because we're almost the same height, so he just
I'm a 32-year-old short man that just picks you up and puts you there.
All right, so just as you guys finish that and getting settled into your seats, the lights dim and a hush falls over the crowd. A second later, a spotlight illuminates a lithe elven figure sitting in a silver hoop, suspended above the center ring by silk ropes. The elf wears a dazzling suit of diamond-paned mirrors and a pair of butterfly wings. His scepter is
blind me.
This is like David Bowie on a ring there. His scepter is topped with a spinning vane. Welcome, one and all, to this evening's extravaganza. I am Mr. Light. Prepare to be delighted. And then the Mr. Light is serving as a ringmaster, and the next part involves several of the carnival's star performers and attractions. Over the course of an hour, Burley the Bugbear, who you actually saw patrolling around in the staff area, watching the edges of the thorns, and he was just coming towards you guys when you guys moved off, and he performs feats of strength with holding up like a barbell with like 2 or 3 people hanging off either end, stuff like that. And the mermaid that you saw before serenades the audience from a clamshell bathing pool. And Candlefoot the mime plays silent games with the audience members. So he's like doing miming stuff around the front row crowd.
Miming stuff.
Yeah, doing the walking against the wind and the I'm in a box thing.
Does he do a moonwalk?
Yeah, he does a moonwalk.
Yeah, he does a moonwalk.
He looks like he's trying to hold off
Yes.
a strong wind, though. And there are fairy dragons there with bright streamers tied to their tails, performing dazzling acts of synchronized flying. And a troop of acrobats, clowns, and fire breathers parade about. If yeah, does anybody try to heckle or anything, or do you just watch the show?
Echo.
She watches the show, but like from the beginning, since Calypso is very attentive to details, upon hearing Mr. Witch who
Mr.
was
Light.
talking?
Mr.
Light.
Light
She
is
heard
the
Mr. Light's voice and she was like, that's the same voice from earlier that the Kanku. She like leans over and she kind of whispers to Bobby because they're on opposite sides of Mimzy now.
yeah.
And she's like, that's the voice that we heard earlier that the Kanku was talking, and this must be the dude.
Yeah.
And so and she's like, but if that dude, that bear thing over there, was patrolling around the area, that's gonna be hard to get through. And she looks at Mimsy and she's like, then she looks back at Bobby. She goes, "Can use him."
Use
Are you
who?
guys looking at me too?
Bobby just goes, use who?
The roach. Kill it! Kill it! Kill
I
it!
severely derped. Can you repeat that?
Kill it! I got it. It's dead.
What?
Sorry, we
What
were
is?
killing a roach.
Oh my god!
Murder!
and that also happens in game. You see something crawling under the chair.
Just kill it! Kill
Kill
it!
it,
Crawling
kill
under
it.
my chair.
This big manly dwarf jumps up on the chair like,
Yeah.
kill it! Kill it!
Each of you make an attack roll.
Here's what was your character saying about the staff area? Like how we're gonna get
Alright,
in?
bet. Where's my attack? I'm gonna stab it.
Are you actually? Are we actually
we're actually
role-playing
doing
this?
this.
Hell yeah.
God damn it!
I'm attacking that roach. I'm gonna aim at it with the
I'm gonna
dagger.
stomp
I'm gonna
on the
use both
roach.
my attack and my other thing to do 2 attacks with the dagger.
Dagger, okay.
So 12 plus 5, 17.
You hit.
And then second.
Do I hit
So
the roach too by
the
stomping?
damage,
Well, if you do better than her, you hit first.
Dude.
I got a 6 for damage.
The roach will be dead if Bobby doesn't beat you to it.
I rolled a 14,
Oh,
so
no.
I don't think I
Okay,
beat her.
no, you didn't. So Calypso quickly
Why stomp on their feet on
whips
accident?
out her dagger and stabs the roach to the ground.
Do I step on anyone's feet on accident though? Or...
No, you rolled well enough that you actually hit it. You would hit it too, but it's already dead.
She's like, you're fucking slow as shit, dude.
All right, and
These
at
little
this,
daggers.
at exactly
ahead.
this moment, as you stab this roach, Mr. Light is kind of ending the show, and a lot of the acts are winding down. He asks, the lights come up a little bit, and he asks, "Is there any guest out there who would like to perform their own acts for the crowd? Anyone with some talents out there that wants to show off some of that?" Do you want anyone want to do it? You can also do it as a group if you want.
My character says me. I mean, they can do it by themselves. This is a pretty good act.
Okay, so
You said the
she's
changelings weren't common, right?
she looks over and she's like, well, that would be cool, but it would also draw attention to us, and if we look too impressive, then they're going to be watching us even closer if we're sneaking around shit we're not supposed to. So
That's
why
the
don't we
point.
not
They
do that?
focus on me.
Well, I'll say one thing that you notice is it looks like anyone who does that may get to like meet up with the if if you show off well enough, you might be able to get a chance to impress the carnival owners, and they might actually want to meet you, which might help you get
Right.
into the back area, or even find out something about what you need.
So
So
my
if
character's gonna try.
after they hear that, she's like, okay, well, hold on, because if one of us does it, they're probably not going to take all of us. Like they you know, if something's going on, they're probably going to try to cheat us out of all of us going. So why don't we all make up an act real
Character
quick
just
and we
gets
can
up.
go do it. I can throw daggers at you guys and, you know, not accidentally kill you. I'm pretty sure I can do it for sure.
Does anyone have the actual performance ability?
I
I
don't have performance.
I
I
think
have
I
0
do.
on
Oh
performance.
yeah, no, I have a +3, so I can go down there and do something.
Do you have anything on performance? Me and Elena both have a +0 on performance. So I
Do
guess,
I get? Sorry,
Okay, so what
I'm
we
just
can
yeah.
do is we
curious
can do a
what it is.
group check, and it basically means that
Well,
you each roll the performance check. You can still describe what happens, but we can roll to see what might happen. And there's a difficulty already in the thing. So if each of you rolls above that, then you get like a really good group check. If you don't, then it will be
well, the thing of it is my character's already probably
nice.
volunteering.
20.
Mimsy
Why?
does not succeed.
Mimzy does not exceed. Mimzy's like, I'll just stand there. It's
Yeah,
fine.
well, I actually
And
do.
Calypso, you have no bonus, or was that with the bonus?
That was no bonus. I got a nat 20.
Nice. Okay, nat 20 for Calypso, and Mimsy
Dude, I
gets an
see that.
8.
What the fuck?
Is yours still coming through? Yours is slow.
Yeah,
You just
14.
made it. So basically you have 2 successes and 1
Oh,
failure.
I was trying to ask if I got advantage if I used my shapeshifting in it. Because
I
did you
will
say the changelings weren't common?
I will allow that. The only thing better you can get is a natural 20, so just roll again and see if you get a 20.
I mean, it would look even better if I get it better.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And then usually nat 20s with skill checks puts a plus. Oh my god, I almost got that.
I mean, in the regular rules as written, a nat 20 doesn't do anything more.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so yeah, it was just your 14. But I like to do a little extra if it makes sense. So yeah,
Okay.
with the natural with the natural 20, so that'll count as 2. So basically you get 2 successes out of a possible 3. And this definitely does impress the people. It improves the carnival's mood by 3 steps. Actually
Okay.
2, I guess, because it'll be 2. It's up to 3. And then at the end of the show, first of all, before we get to that, just describe what you guys do given those roles.
Okay, so we can still use Mimzy, right?
Yep.
Like,
But she might
okay.
like be something like humorous or fall or something.
Yeah, it's fine. I was just thinking, like, since it's just an 8, like, I could, like, line him with the daggers if the carnival would, like, supply a couple extra because I only have 2 on me.
Yeah, you go down.
Yeah.
There's some actually balanced throwing knives there.
And I have an
Okay,
idea
and
to
then
help with that.
if there is like a wheel there, that would be
Yep.
great because Mimsy wants to be tied to a wheel and be spun, and I'll throw knives.
And for
Okay.
me, I'll be like the announcer that throws down smoke and turns into a different form, basically. So like a magician, and I'll be like telling the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Top it off.
Okay, so you pull that off. The transforming into different people is really impresses people. The knife throwing is perfectly accurate and does not hit Mimsy at all, and gets all in the right exact locations. Mimsy just kind of sits there and goes ah every time one comes out, but it's still a part of the show. And at the end of it, Burley comes up to you guys and says, "Mr. Light was quite impressed with this performance, and he'd like to have you come and meet him and Mr. Witch."
Thumbs
And
up.
Calypso like kind of tries to hide behind Mimsy so she can be like, "That's what I'm fucking talking about."
What are you gonna hide behind?
And then
She's like, "Look, you're 2 inches taller than me, okay?"
Not enough for me.
Yeah.
So my character says,
Okay.
"All right, shall we head to them, or
Let's
do you
do
have a time
this.
slotted?"
Yeah. She's absolutely. We need to go because this is the only way we're gonna figure it out. We need to go now.
Okay,
And
so do you guys want to keep going, or do you want to put this for the next game because it is midnight now,
It's
or
1
or
a.m.
two for you guys? Is
It's
it
1
only
a.m.
one?
I'm showing 1 for
Daylight.
me,
It's
unless
daylight
Oh,
saving
daylight
time.
savings time happened for you.
I
Hasn't happened for
yeah.
me yet.
actually completely forgot about
Oh, we got a whole extra hour.
Okay,
Hey
cool,
yo.
Go.
Okay, then we'll
Yeah.
continue on.
Okay. This is
So,
fun.
just to describe Burley, he is a bugbear wearing dungarees, fairy wings, and a helmet made from a jack-o'-lantern. And he approaches you and says, after he said that, he says, follow me. The management wants to see you.
Okay, so
I was like
seeing
tempted
this
to say
absolute
British.
monstrosity looking thing, Calypso like immediately whips out her daggers and takes a defensive stance because it scares her at first. And then she
Oh.
kind of is like, "Oh shit." And so she puts it back in her bag and she's like, "My bad.
Okay, so
You
there's
look
a
like
picture, actually.
My character
that
says,
literally looks like a mini boss fight."
Oh, there it is.
"No." My character immediately thinks of, "Man, why do you look like one of those knockoff killers?"
Totally.
It's Wild Beyond the Witchlight Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah. We should do, after we play through this way, we should play through it the other way.
Oh my god, yes.
You make up new characters for that.
For sure.
Okay,
I'm still probably
so
gonna make a funny character for the horror one. I'm gonna make him black though.
He's gonna die first.
Black people.
You're black.
All right, and
Only
so
a Durgans.
with a wave of his hand, he brings you out to the staff area, and with a wave of his hand, an opening in the wall of thorns is made, and it's like an archway, and it's big enough for even him to walk through.
Logan, can I do something funny
Calypso
real
kind of
quick?
like
Can I do a
Calypso kind of
performance
like
check? Oh, sorry.
motherfucker. Let me speak.
Okay, first.
Calypso like smacks Bobby's arm. She's like, "I fucking told you so."
Okay, and then what
This
does
is-
what does Bobby do?
I'm gonna moonwalk backwards to a performance check into the entrance.
All right, Bobby moonwalks back through the thing, through the doorway.
Calypso
Performance to see how well I do
looks
it.
at Mimzy and she's like, "Just ignore him."
Yo, I got a 14. That's pretty good.
Is it better than a nat 20 though?
No. But you can try and beat it.
I'm
Okay,
so
so
happy I got a nat 20.
so Burley leads you to a circle of wagons. Leaning against the particularly ostentatious wagon is an aging clown with a painted grin. He puffs on a bubble pipe and glares at you as the bugbear, ignoring him, opens the wagon door and ushers you inside.
Yo,
Okay.
from 1 to 10, how strong is that clown?
Yes. Well, they got an image of him too. That's hilarious.
Calypso,
Yo, beast. For a minute there.
Calypso, like, what is that?
Yeah, what the fuck is
That's
that character? Be like,
horrifying. Calypso has okay. Calypso looks at it in an odd way. If anyone can make it on a perception check, I will tell you why. She looks kind of
I
offset
have a
by it.
-1 in perception. I don't think I want to.
Okay,
All
well,
right, I guess a
I guess
perception or investigation, maybe.
if that's both.
I would say if you want, do you want to know why he's like unhappy, or do you want to just sort of observe him?
No, it's really like about Calypso because I'm not just gonna say it if nobody investigates it and takes a roll for it
I got a
because
3, so no.
Elena got a 12 on perception. I mean, investigation.
Sorry, what are you trying to
With
investigate?
that, like the reason that Calypso looks so offset by seeing this clown,
Okay.
because she wants to know. She wants to know what's. So I'm gonna assume that a 12 makes it, but
Okay.
Mimzy can by seeing the look on her face, Mimzy starts to realize that when she saw this clown, she immediately became scared and starts to put two and two together and realize that she is scared of clowns.
She has clown fear.
She
Okay.
does.
Don't worry, we'll just
Does
beat the
Bobby
crap out of
does
the
Bobby
clown.
notice this?
Bobby did not notice
Mim-
it with the 6.
Mimzy, get closer to your mic. Mimzy spoke.
Don't worry, we can just beat the crap out of the clown for you.
Mimzy's
Wait,
like, yeah,
would
okay,
that
that's cool. I'm gonna get
indicate?
behind you.
The clown frowns even more.
Bobby says, "Don't worry, I'm not scared of you."
She's just scared. Don't mean it. Maybe.
Bobby's just like, imagine being scared of clowns.
She's like, I'll cut your fucking dick off, then try getting a girl, bitch.
And Burley says,
What dick?
"Don't mind him, that's just Thacko."
I like how I respond with "what dick." It is a fair point, Curly.
Is you said point? You said what dick?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I knew you weren't a real man, so.
He says touche. At the moment,
Oh
I'm
my
not.
god, I hate that so much. What is that?
What is that? What?
What are you talking about?
The picture
What?
you just put on the screen. What the fuck is that?
No.
Well, this
Baby.
isn't accurate because this guy would be wearing the diamond outfit, but this is a flamboyant elf grins from ear to ear as he welcomes you into the wagon with a theatrical bow. Please come in. It is a delight to meet you all. I am Mr. Light, and this is my associate, Mr. Witch. And he gestures to the
name's-
stocky elf lounging on a bunk. Mr. Witch nods to you and doffs his top hat. So
My character.
this isn't how they
Calypso,
are actually in the room, but that is roughly what they look like.
My character
Calypso like
immediately-
kind of like moves further behind Mimzy, and she's like, "Why does he look like a pedophile?"
My character just goes up and offers a firm handshake to them, saying, "My name's Bobby Micswagger."
Calypso like plans internally that if anything, Bobby can be the one to say and be distraction, and she can go off with Mimsy and like look around the room and try to find things without getting caught. And if anything does happen, Mimsy can be her protection.
He would give
Okay.
his birth name just in case they do offer him employment and he takes it.
Okay, so Mr. Light, expresses his gratitude for the cheer that you guys have brought to the carnival so far, and also congratulates you on stopping a heckler. They were informed.
And Calypso's like, um, just wondering, not like it's obligation or anything, but do we get anything for that?
Well, what are you looking for?
I don't know, something expensive.
What about information? He says.
She's like, or something expensive and information would be cool. That'd be cool. We'd do both.
Bobby just kind of
Specifically money.
nudges his elbow and says, "Let's try to not strain their gratitude."
She's like, you're the one asking for something they probably won't give. I just want money.
This children,
Hmm.
am I right? This Bobby just blatantly says. And then Bobby's gonna say, "So are you guys willing to?"
He actually says, I can offer you a gift if you wish. He says,
Calypso. Calypso's just like, how expensive is it?
Well, the value is sometimes subjective, but you could have a balloon animal of your choosing crafted by Thaco out there. He is a very talented clown.
Like, I really don't with the clowns. Can we just not do that? I'd rather money.
My character says, "Are you guys willing to maybe have the reward as information?"
What information are you looking for?
They're gonna roll persuasion on asking about what was it again?
I think
What
it's.
what were they? What were
Ooh,
he here? What were he here
+0
for?
persuasion.
What were we
Ooh,
here for?
I think it was to
oh,
find a way to the Prismere.
Find the
maybe.
way to the Feywild, right? To find Isbane.
Oh
God, I
my
butchered
god,
her
Elena's
name.
got an intimidation check for 22.
I don't know if that's gonna help.
It might.
Not gonna
That's a
lie.
risky move. If you want to go for it, you can. But
That's just a. I mean,
I mean, let's
because you're
first
you're
see
in a
what.
good mood with them right now, so
Yeah,
she
let's
could.
save.
see
I
what.
mean, she could do it, and then follow up with, "I was just playing," because she's so friendly that if she did that after like trying to intimidate them, that if they didn't go for it, she could just be like, "I was just messing with you," because he's so friendly,
Okay,
and
so if you are gonna do
yeah.
that, you'll first need to make the intimidation check, and it's gonna be very hard because these are two, like, pretty
What's the
seasoned, like characters. They're
So
running
my
a whole
persuasion
circus that's
for
pretty awesome and
yeah,
magical, right?
what would be the cap
Logan.
for an intimidation? Because she already rolled.
Yeah, I mean, even on a natural 20, you're not gonna get like very much. So
Holy shit, bro.
yeah, I think
Dude,
Okay,
you think that it might be pretty quite hard to do with these two.
okay, so Calypso kind of is like, "Oh, it was a good idea, but maybe we should just wait a minute." Let me see, what do I have?
my character's
Um,
literally gonna interrupt and say, "How
is
about we
there
let me
like
do the
literally
talking?"
anything that we could get past them with, like even sleight of hand or um
You're gonna get us thrown out.
she wants money and you won't shut up about information and they're saying balloon animals with a fucking clown. That shit's not gonna fly.
Character just says,
They haven't answered on
"Warlock
the
of
other thing yet.
the fuck, I
Yeah.
can't
So
reveal
let's
that."
just
I'm just trying to see,
Avoid
like,
that.
if they say no, if there is anything else that I could like, I have investigation and perception are pretty good. If there would be anything that I could get from that. So just go ahead with that and I'll see what we can do based off the rest.
okay.
So
Let me just
with my
see.
character's thing, he got a 6 on persuading to see if they're willing to give information.
Yeah.
Probably didn't work. But you can
Doesn't
tell, but
Because
say.
it's like,
my character, the way he's doing
because
it
we don't want
is
to say that we know anything is up, because that's just going to cast a suspicion and give them more of a reason to try and find a way to throw us out. So we can't say we want to know.
intimidating them is gonna do the same
Maybe,
thing.
yeah, we've already scrapped intimidation. Um, maybe we can like ask them um how the carnival got started and see what kind of story they give, and if they I can use um perception to see if it looks like they're lying about it.
Hmm. Okay.
That's
So
insight. It requires wisdom, and I don't have wisdom.
yeah. So say again what you're gonna try and do, and then we'll figure out something here.
So I was like, we can't just flat out be like, what shady shit are you doing here,
Yeah.
So maybe just be
It's
like,
not how I was
how did the
gonna.
carnival how did y'all get the carnival started, like what kicked it off for you. um
Okay. And so you're trying to like maintain a
yeah.
conversation and see if you can get some more information. Um,
Mhm.
and so one of you can make the I guess that would be you. Are you doing the talking, or I guess you didn't get an answer to your question,
um
Bobby. So
No, I
Well, they
didn't
did
because
ask
everyone
what
was
kind of
doing.
information, so what we're thinking now is we're trying to figure out what question we wanna ask for the information so that they'll
Well, I
actually
was
give it
busy
to us.
rolling a
'Cause they
persuasion when an intimidation got rolled, and then all that
Okay, so
conversation
yours
started.
actually should go first. So do your persuasion. We'll see what
Yeah,
results from that, and then you can see if, about this next step.
Yeah.
yeah. Because whatever persuasion you get, maybe we can use that for the questioning.
Yeah.
Because I think I have a 0 on persuasion.
11.
Ooh. Oh, that's nasty.
It was a nasty
11.
roll.
Okay,
Plus
so
5.
and that was you trying to persuade them to give you something more than just balloon animals.
Well, like, he's more
Yes.
like. So the way he's doing it is he's not trying to ask for, like, money or, like, anything of, like, how, like, Calypso was.
Oh yeah, you
He's
said
trying to put it
information.
in a. Yeah, he's trying to put it in a very nice manner, in a polite way of saying. Like, he's trying to make it where he's not seeming intrusive.
Okay, so you basically say
Maybe.
information is more in your level of interest. They go, oh, what kind of information? And then you start talking about just you're breaking into the conversation with asking about their carnival, how long they've owned it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they tell you that they are not the carnival's original owners, and they took over management through an honest pact with the owner of another carnival, but they don't seem
Okay.
to go into details.
So can I make like a perception check and see if I feel like they're lying or if they're just if
Yes, you
they're
can.
really
That's
trying
an
to hide
insight check, though.
I'm
insight?
trying to
Yeah.
think of a.
Oh, okay, I have a +2 on that. I'll uh,
Does my
17.
character
I got a
able to
19.
So
figure?
19 is pretty good. You get the idea that they definitely, you can tell that they're telling the truth about them getting it through some pact with another carnival owner, but you think that they are, um, and considering that other information you heard from the Kenku, that they are hiding something about the deal that they
Mhm.
probably won't tell you willingly. Another thing you notice with that level of insight is the sort of larger one who's kind of dour looking. He doesn't seem to smile at all. He is he has like a pocket watch on a chain in his vest pocket, and he keeps pulling it out and looking at it. So he looks like
Okay.
he's kind of like waiting for you guys to leave.
Um, can I tell if there's any like significance more than just a regular stopwatch with that?
You get the feeling it is actually something pretty important to him.
Okay. So, uh she kind of like tugs on both of them and she's like, I don't think we need anything else. I think we should back out and make a plan. Um, let's just go to the stupid balloon animal and talk about it.
My character. I have an idea, but it's like far fetched one, and it could be the possibility that since I impressed them right, my character
Yeah.
might wait to see if they offer a job, and then he can get some more insight to what they're up to.
Okay, so you can just say, hey, do you have any like jobs available or things like
Because
that?
out of character, what I'm thinking is if my character becomes a staff, right, he'll be
Mm-hmm.
allowed in there.
Yep.
Mm.
So whenever Rogue
Oh,
and the other two, or whenever the other two need to get in there, I can be their way in.
yeah. Either that or I could do it because like my performance number was the best and then not only that, but I have stealth +5, sleight of hand +7, all of that good stuff and I could probably sneak y'all in.
The question is, will they allow a kid to work for them or not?
I
Because
mean,
some
the
places
child
don't.
threw knives at a man and didn't kill him. So,
That
Okay, so you guys just float the topic of a potential job, and they you see the burly one or not burly, but the larger elf is kind of like shaking his head and frowning. The other who actually saw you do the thing Mr. Light, he is smiling and nodding his head, and he says, "Well, we're always looking for new hands to help out with working some of the locations in the carnival. We are moving out of this location soon, but and at that point we could also use someone who is able to help with the takedown. Although a lot of it is done magically, but perhaps maybe Burley could take you over and check you out for doing that.
Okay.
So
Say-
So
it's a maybe, and you still see the other Mr. Witch is kind of looking at Mr. Light with a and he looks at his watch again. He goes, "Well, I think it's about time we get back to work." And
All right.
just for
Bobby
future
just says
reference,
good day to
how
you guys, and he leaves. Sorry.
how likely would it be for me to pull a sleight of hand and get that watch off of that man?
Oh my gosh. Just so you know, my character's already walking out when they're planning to do that, because
No, she's not.
I
But
don't.
this is for future reference. I just want to know because if there's a chance that we can use that watch to kind of see if anything else is going on, and then I could slip it somewhere where it would look like he dropped it, then they wouldn't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
Because my
you're
sleight
right.
of hand is a +7.
You're right. Yeah, you can probably try pull it off. It's just a huge risk factor for you.
Okay, let me just look something up here about. There is actually something about this here. Uh,
Tense breathing occurs.
he-
And this
Just
is why I'm the smart one in the game right now.
like Bobby's
Yes.
okay
And the
smart, but like
distraction.
Bobby's also like stupid.
Okay, so
Bobby's like functioning, but Bobby's also brain deaf.
It's like high functioning autism, pretty much.
She's like she's constantly scheming and planning, so this is just kind of her territory. Trying to get information, figuring
okay,
out what
so
she can do,
here's
take things she needs.
And
okay.
Bobby's
They
more
actually
like
have rules for
brain
this.
type. Really, actually,
Yeah.
Oh
Lamau,
my god.
the heist.
They knew. They fucking knew. Yeah.
They were sus.
They
Okay,
were
They
like,
liked
so
somebody's gonna try to take this shit.
so
And
you see Burley actually watching you watch the watch, and he
fuck.
he basically comes up to you and hands you a little piece of paper.
Okay.
And as
That's not terrifying at
the
all.
other two are coming out, you carefully look at the piece of paper without anybody noticing, and um, it says, "Yes, get the watch" on it,
Yes. Get the
and
watch.
then he as they're sort of ushering you out, um, and Mr. Witch is putting the watch into his pocket. Burley kind of stumbles and sort of bumps into Mr. Witch, and now's your chance.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it.
So it's a sleight of
Come on.
hand check,
Please.
and
Oh, 20.
you have an advantage on it. So yeah,
Oh
23.
my god, you're rolling so high today.
Ah, it's a +7 on sleight of hand, my dude. It's so nice.
And so the other thing you need to do, so you've succeeded on the sleight of hand. You need to do something though to detach the chain.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Like what?
So I got it, but I gotta get the chain off.
So do you can use your
Is
dagger to
there...
just snap it.
Yeah, I was
With
gonna
just
say,
a
can I
regular
like,
to hit roll.
I could like hold my dagger and kind of make it look like I tripped, but while
Mhm.
tripping, I could cut the dagger while going. So You said 2 hit rolls?
Yeah,
Or...
just make one regular hit roll.
Imagine if she
Oh,
rolled
don't
a
do this to
1.
me. 13.
That's enough to hit the chain. So you get it in there and you separate it and slip it into your own pocket. And they go, all right, yes, get going now. And they lead you out through the entrance. Another spell is cast by Burley to get you out through the through a hole he created in the wall, and he kind of ushers you out fairly quickly. And then he pulls you aside as soon as you're out of that area to kind of a side area in the back part of the big top.
Yeah.
And he says,
Am I about to
He
get beat
says-
up, bro?
he removes his jack-o'-lantern helmet, revealing a worried expression. He says, bad things have been happening in the carnival for a while. People and things have gone missing. Me bosses know more than they're telling, but their hands are tied somehow. You're the first people I've met who might be able to set things right. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light are good guys, but you're gonna need some kind of leverage to make them spill the beans, because otherwise they won't be motivated.
She looks back at the other two waiting for her away from him, and then looks back at him, and she's like, is there anything you know, anything that could help us, something that they care about that we could use against them, something that they're weak against, anything?
He says, that watch there, and he says, you got it, right?
Yeah,
He says,
I got it. Why?
without that, the carnival can't stay on schedule. So, if we can figure out a way to get you to talk to them about that, then, they might be more inclined to give you what you need.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
And I'm just saying, I don't condone theft, all right? But I'm doing this for the good of the carnival. And for Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, even though they wouldn't agree with me.
She kind of is like, look, I don't care if you don't condone theft. It's kind of my thing. It's a habit at this point. I do it without even thinking about it half the time. But the main thing is that if I have this watch and they need it to be on schedule, that gives us leverage, big leverage.
Yeah.
I'm
and
pretty sure we can help you out.
the other thing is I don't want Mr. Witch or Mr. Light to know that it was me. So you can't mention me at all. It would cost me home and me job. So
She
make
just
sure.
looks at him like, consider it a thieves' pact. Except you're not one. Just,
Well,
you know what I mean. And she puts her hand out to shake.
he goes, also, make sure there's no harm comes to me bosses. They might be flawed, but without them, the carnival will fall apart.
She's kind of like, if they're completely innocent and truly had nothing to do with this, there's no reason for us to hurt them whatsoever.
All right, he shakes her hand. And he says, so, there's a couple other things that might work. But if this doesn't. So, the Witchlight Monarch is chosen by Mr. Light's Witchlight Vein. Witch and Light have no control over who the monarch will be, but it's always the guest who's contributed the most to the happiness of the carnival. The monarch is also given a charm that lets them fly.
Okay. So with that flying, does that get us back over this thorny fence thing here? Can we get in easier with that?
Yeah, you may need that to get over there afterwards to talk to Mr. Witch and Light again. I doubt that they would, after seeing Mr. Witch's face in your conversation, I doubt that he would want to talk to you unless some other way you can let him know that you have that.
Okay.
But it can't be through me.
So, Well, I mean, I could just get caught stealing something and then have to come talk to them. That's usually how it goes for me. Um,
Out of
I really,
character, just in case they like try to like just take it and throw you out, you might want to have someone that keeps the watch so that it's leverage to get you and what we need.
she's not gonna trust anyone to hold it except herself.
I'd say that's what a smart
Maybe,
thief would do.
maybe Mimzy. Yeah, but she's not that kind of thief. Like she's very to herself. She doesn't trust anyone. Um, there's Mimsy is a maybe. Maybe Mimsy could talk her into letting him hold it because he is stronger and it would be better for them to go against her, even though she does have a +5 on stealth though. So she knows she can take care of it herself. So I really don't know.
Mm.
But um she she looks at Bearbug and she's like, I'll figure it out. Um just if they do put me on working here, then we'll be able to communicate a lot more. If you see anything or you can think of anything, just discreetly let me know. But if you don't feel safe doing that because you might get caught, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it myself. Um, for now, I think we best split before someone sees us talking, so
Okay,
that
and
nothing happens to you.
Burley says one more thing, and just watch out. Dur Durlagron, Candlefoot, and Palasha might help you. They're good eggs. They work in the carnival. But
Okay.
stay away from Thaco. He's untrustworthy.
Okay.
That's the clown that you just met.
I need to write those names down.
Yeah, Durl.
I,
Here,
Never
I'll
trust
put
the
them in
clown.
chat.
They will clown you.
okay. Yeah, Elena will keep the notes for me. And this one. Okay.
Okay.
So
I will put it in
let me
the.
see.
I'll just put it in the Witchlight chat since everybody heard it.
Okay.
Logan, did you hear my joke?
Huh? No. What did you say?
I said,
Good eggs.
never trust a clown because they can clown you.
Oh, clown you.
She's like, are all three of those clowns? Please tell me they're not all clowns.
I think he's the only clown out of those. Palasha, you realized is the mermaid, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's one of them.
Okay.
That poor mermaid got bullied by a bird.
Yeah. Not like I cared. I just wanted the money.
Okay.
My character just wants to get
Oh,
their
no, he's
objective
awake.
done already. Jesus. Like, he wants to just get this shit done, dude. He's so tired of
And
this
that's
place.
what's going to get us caught. So calm your shit and let me handle it.
You still think this whole situation is hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
thinks
he
it's.
does.
Yeah,
I
he's like
can't believe we stole his watch.
But like in his thoughts, he's like, "Man, fuck this place outside. I love this place. No."
Okay, so I just want to make sure that I got everything right here. We do want Witch and Light to know that we got the watch, right? But not like right now,
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
because
you
that's
just
our
were kind of
leverage.
ushered out of there, so he probably isn't in a good mood, and he said to go and look into get somebody to look into making you like employees. So you haven't actually mentioned. Oh yeah, I guess Burley would have overheard that, so you can ask him
Yeah,
about that. Uh, that's a
Burley
thing.
is the bear bug that I was just talking
Bugbear,
to?
yeah.
Question mark. Okay.
Um, is
Okay.
he?
So she before he goes real quick, she's like, "Oh, one more thing." So he said that
we're back.
um we might be able to become employees. So where do we need to go to chill that out? Because that right there is what we can say we were talking about this whole time. If you can do it, if not, we'll just say you were telling me where to go.
Okay, so I'm just looking through if there's anything about that because I don't know if that's a thing. It's in the module, so
Yeah.
I might have to make that up.
Or even like maybe they could just be like, is it okay if we set up our own little show here to do our thing that we did in the tent for you guys?
Okay, let me just read this part here. It's 125. Wow.
What are you staring at, dog?
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna say that Burley can direct you to sort of the foreman of the Witchlight Hands, they're called.
Okay.
And let's see where in the map that would be. Oh, excuse me. Okay.
Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Bring the stream back up.
Actually, I'm gonna just narrate this part through, and then we'll get to the next part. So, what they tell you, they take you to some place, I don't know, maybe near the ticket booth or something, and you talk to the foreman, and he says, well, they don't need any hands right now, but they will probably need some tomorrow. So you could come back tomorrow, and if Burley puts in a good word for you, and he said, yeah, they can hire you. It's not, the pay isn't great, and the hours are long, but they do teach you some little magic tricks that you can do, and they depending on where you're working, they may give you some pixie dust. So yeah, that's what he says. He says they may need some help with like taking things down for less experienced people. And but they can't do it today. So today, your best chance, you figure out from what Burley had said that your best chance for finishing this off in this same night would be to win the Monarch contest.
Okay. So, um, she's like, she asked the foreman. She's like, is there a way that we can maybe set up our own little act just to have fun? You don't have to pay us. We just wanna, I really was a hardball before I came here, but you guys inspired me to really have fun and not be such a jackass. And um, maybe I could put on a knife throwing show for the kids or something, and Bobby's really cool with his disguise changes or whatever. And then we have our strongman Mimzy here, so we could like just do something extra. You don't have to give us anything for it, you know. Just
He
to
goes,
just to contribute.
all right, well, let me see what you can do. So, you can do another like group performance check.
Oh, or performance check. Yeah, performance.
All right. Where's my performance? What? There it is.
Oh my God, what did you get? Oh God, Mimsy.
Where's the log again?
Come on, baby. No, I got it
Dude,
too.
I'm lagging so bad.
I know.
She's
I got a
like,
12.
Already jumps ahead of you. Oh no.
she's like, okay, look, so that was bad, but we were just in the carnival, and even Mr. Witch, no, Light,
Mr. Light.
right? Mr. Light, he saw us do our thing. He told us to come over to see you for a reason, you know. I promise I'll do better than that. I'm just a little nervous, you know, talking to
Character
such a
says we're tired.
big guy.
He goes, well, why don't you enjoy a bit more of the carnival? If you do something to bring up the mood of the carnival, you have more chance of winning the monarch
I know a fast way to
contest.
do
So
that out of character. I know a great way.
Well,
yeah.
that's what I was trying to do with the show thing, but if that's not gonna
Not to
work,
waste my money.
okay.
Yeah, so if you want to do those kind of things and just try to do that, or you could go to the different locations and see if there's anything you can do to help them there.
Yeah,
That might work. So
that's
he
what I
he
was.
suggests you just go along to the different things, fill out your card, and have a good time, but also try to make sure everybody else has a good time. And then if you come
So,
back tomorrow, then they may have some work for you.
Logan,
Okay,
Yeah.
so
question.
One sec.
go ahead.
Let's hear.
So if I go out there and toss my money out, will that improve the mood of the crowd because they're getting money?
I mean, not as much
I
as like
wouldn't.
actually helping somebody.
Yeah, I wouldn't toss it out. I'd be like, if somebody needed money, then be like, here, I have some money you can use to get that stuffed animal you want. You know, especially target the kids because the kids are gonna be like, the happier the kids are, the happier everybody is.
So a thing occurs to you when he says like helping people is you remember the pixie saying that there was something going on between the mermaid and somebody else, and there was some reason they couldn't be together. That might be a
That's
thing, and you might find some other things if
yeah.
you go to the different rides and attractions.
Okay.
So
I was gonna
that was
suggest the
hour
mermaid.
4, by the way. So you have 5, 6, 7, and 8 is the crowning of the monarch. So you have 3 more
Oh
things you
boy.
can do.
So yeah, she definitely suggests the mermaid because that's what I was gonna do before Bobby asked his question. Um, so she's like, also, I don't think that throwing money in the ground would help because then people might fight over it. So that's probably not the
Yeah.
best idea. But there was this hamster thing, right? It told me some shit,
Oh
and
yeah,
we
it
need
was
to
the
go
hamster.
talk to a mermaid about her love interest or
Sorry, it
whatever.
was the
And then
squirrel
she
in
like
the tree
take
that
that.
told you that. That's what it was.
And
Squirrel in
Bobby's
the
No, it
just
was
tree.
gonna
the hamster on
casually.
the wheel. Wouldn't
And
it?
Oh,
Bobby's
in the wheel, yeah, because when you were shrunk
Yeah.
down, that's right. He was
and
a
And
little
so
he
she
was a
was
Bobby's
just
little
gonna.
like,
gossip.
I think we
Sorry.
should go do that. And
Okay.
so that's like to y'all. She's like, are we agreed?
And then
So
Bobby's gonna say, "Yeah, we're agreed." Also, does this place torture you?
what?
Just
As in,
shut
like
up.
your soul?
Mimsy,
Yeah, we
is it
agree.
a
Let's go. Let's go with Child's idea.
okay, let's go. And so
Because
they all
Logan, she was
walk.
like
I like how the
disliking it.
child is the most adult person in this entire thing out of two adults.
Like Bobby's just trying to get the fuck out of
Mimsy,
here.
Okay, so I
Elena said
think
she
we
likes
were
how
on.
she just completely ignores Bobby and that the child is the only thing that exists to Mimsy's character.
Okay, I just want to do one
To
thing
be
here.
fair, if Bobby wasn't under a happy spell, he would be like, "Nah, fam, it's the same." So,
It's a good thing then.
Bro, she can't stand you under that happy spell. It's, she's like, you just a fucking giggly bitch today, aren't you?
and like, I like how I just be like, torturing your soul.
Is there any left?
Is
Okay.
there any left at this point? That's true.
It's not for you, dog.
Oh, images. Okay, there we go.
No.
What if the dog said yes?
4, maybe 5. I told you should have got double of everything. Okay, so what's we're waiting. Logan, are we just waiting on you to
Yeah,
do
I'm
the
just
rest
looking
of it?
for something. Supposed to be the next thing.
Can I go heat this up? Awesome. Go see if I remember how to use your microwave oven thing. I wonder if my headset can reach downstairs. Okay, I'm gonna be like just a couple minutes. I gotta
Sure.
go heat up my pizza.
Mamma mia.
Okay, that's not the thing I was looking for. Oh, why don't I just type and okay, I don't know where it is. Okay, so yeah, which location were you guys gonna go to?
Well, Bobby. I don't know. Bobby was just gonna follow Calypso at this point because no matter what he does, he can't fucking escape. So
What did they discuss though? They were saying they were gonna go with Calypso's idea, which was to go help the mermaid, right?
yeah, so he's probably headed his way there.
And you guys had already seen her show.
Yeah, now it's when she got bullied, and then we chased the Kenku and bullied the Kenku.
Oh shit.
And
Okay.
Rogue's character got
I'm back.
bullied by the Kenku.
I mean,
Right, that's when you
not really.
you had that. So the heckler happened, and then
She got slipped.
Yeah. If anything, I was the one that actually got bullied because I kept trying to yeehaw the Kenku. Because
Yeah.
I couldn't
And you
like,
kept missing. You kept
yeah,
rolling like a 1, dude.
I know, it was so ass. It was so bad. That was funny though.
okay, here's another thing. So as you guys are deciding what to do, you actually hear from the from your I guess facing at the top of the map to the left, you hear some sad singing, actually.
Oh, hot.
Time to investigate, the character says quietly.
Okay.
She's like, you actually said something smart. Oh my god.
I know,
And
right? It must be this place. It's making me retarded.
She's like, I don't think it's the place making that happen.
Nah, we're not gonna
Someone
worry
does look
about
like
what is and it is, you know? We just do.
She's
Okay,
like,
Ken's
I am
lost 2
actually
brain cells
it seems
just
to
going to
be
kill myself.
it seems to be coming from somewhere around the Hall of Illusions. As you walk up to it, you see a wooden mannequin of a grinning, raven-haired young woman in witch's attire and a green flowing cape hovers inside a glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha, the wizard known for her hideous laughter. That's like
Okay.
a name of a D&D spell, actually. Tasha's hideous laughter.
It is.
And
Wow.
a halfling couple holds hands as they approach the glass cabinet. One of the halflings is wearing a butterfly face paint, and he drops to one knee and pulls a small box from his pocket, and his sweetheart bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The halfling in face paint begins sobbing and darts into the nearby tent without getting his ticket punched.
Bobby's like, what a bitch.
She's like, I am growing to hate this place more than
Rogue,
my own mother. And that's pretty bad.
Did you hear what I said? What a bitch.
Yeah, she's ignoring you now.
Make an Arcana check, actually.
Who? Me?
Anyone who wants to.
I mean, I'll do it, but I actually have a +1 on Arcana. Wow,
Wait, what
that's
is it?
surprising.
Arcana.
Oh, that's bullshit. Bro, it was gonna be a 15 and it rolled over last second to a 7.
Watch me get a fucking 1, dude. Knowing how my rolls on this site's been.
I think it's a time
Wow.
for Mimzy to get way up. There you go. With
11.
a -1, gets a 19.
What is this rigged ass shit that I'm seeing, bro?
Hey, look at all her other rolls. Have been really terrible.
Really?
So Mimzy recalls a friend of his that was a wizard talking about a spell called Tasha's Hideous Laughter. And the way the spell works is if you cast it on someone, they are so overcome with laughter they roll around on the ground and can't help themselves from laughing. And it's used to sort of disable opponents so that they can't fight. But someone might use it in another way.
I can't think of another way that you would use that. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, read me what it does again, because I don't want to do something with the wrong understanding here.
So it basically
Just want to make
the spell, if someone fails the save, they start laughing so much that they roll around on the ground and can't fight.
if they get hit by the spell.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And to Mimzy, that seems kind of similar to what just happened.
yeah, that's interesting. But we didn't see like where it came from, did we? Or did it just come from the little witch thing?
You don't know. Do you want to go up and look?
Yeah, I think we want to go check that out.
Sad singing though. Weren't we checking that out?
Okay, well,
Make
yeah.
a as you approach the wooden mannequin, make a
Oh Lord.
make a wisdom save.
My character doesn't
Wisdom-
approach it because they're like,
wisdom
I am not gonna suffer because I approach something I don't want to.
+2. Don't do this to me.
I
17.
literally
Okay.
witnessed a halfling be a bitch and run
Okay,
away.
so you feel the urge to laugh as you approach that, but you shake it off with a force of
What?
will,
All right.
and then the
Can I make
feeling fades away.
Can I make an inspection check?
Sure.
Is that the right one?
Yep.
Investigation. My bad. Wrong word. Oh, baby, I got a 20. Not a nat, but a 20 with 17 +3.
Okay, so yeah, what are you looking for? Just to see what's going on with the mannequin?
See if I can see anything, like what it is, why you want to laugh when you get close to it and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get from that information that it looks like there might be some kind of magic effect on it that's causing that spell to be cast when someone gets too close.
Okay. Is it like a problem?
You also still see the halfling crying nearby.
Can I
Because it's
try and
laughing
cheer
too
up?
hard. Okay.
Oh, crying? Because laughing something?
She's she wants to like look. She's like, I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. Okay, I don't laugh very often, and that looks painful. Maybe we
Wait.
could just move him away, and he'll stop.
The Hobbit.
I don't fucking
The
know.
Hobbit. Wow, Hobbit.
Oh, sorry, it's
The
the
halfling.
one who is laughing there is still there. The one who was proposing ran into the Hall of Illusions. So you ran inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got that
I
mixed
heard
up.
wrong. Okay, so seeing what happened, she's like, Bobby, get him away from that thing, but don't get too close to that
Well,
thing.
actually,
And
what happens before you even do that, as you were inspecting it, the spell seems to have worn off on the female halfling, and she
okay,
kind of gets up and then looks distraught, and and she remains outside and but is calling for Reuben and is looking
okay.
around.
So, um, she's like, yeah, she's like, okay, Bobby, you go comfort her. You're better with people. Like, I don't like them, so you
How
go
about I go
deal
and
with
get
that.
Ruben cheered up because he was upset.
Yeah, but she was gonna like the girl needs to calm down first so that she doesn't run off trying to find him because we know which way the guy went. So we need to
Just
calm
have
the
a
girl down
man-to-man
first.
talk. Wait, the girl.
Dude,
Forgot about that.
the girl. We gotta calm the girl down first because if we what? Calm down, make things right, go buy some flowers, come back here, go find her. Perfect. Okay, get in the mic and say that.
Look, I can go over there, calm her down, tell her to make things right. Let's go buy some flowers, and then we can go find her man and tell him make things right.
Gesturing to the dwarf.
Perfect.
Okay,
Resolution.
so make a persuasion check. Whoever said that.
Oh, resolvent, not resolution.
Persuasion check, Elena.
Resolution.
13.
13.
Okay, she calms down and looks at you, and is a little surprised by your voice, and and then she sort of nods, and then you lead her over to a nearby booth and get some flowers. And what do the other two of you do while she does?
Okay,
Oh,
so
I'm
does
already
that?
I
heading
take
over
Bobby
and
inside and I'm
yeah.
like, put me on your shoulders. Everyone here is tall and that thing was short. Put me on your shoulders right now.
So I have the strength check.
Okay, so
My strength is 10. I might
Here,
have
but
to
Elena was
actually
just like,
strength check.
too bad I'm not. Go ahead, tell
Too
them
bad
what
I
you said.
wasn't there with her, because me and her could have made one whole person.
Logan, do I actually have to make a strength check with her because it's a 10?
She's 11. And does she
okay,
really? She's
let me
not.
describe what
She
you
weighs
see
like
before you get into all that. The
Yeah.
large tent is painted with a mural of shifting images that show grinning fairies diving into pools of color. The helical strips of the tent's pointed canopies rotate in spirals, and the whole display seems designed to befuddle the onlookers. A clown dressed in a muted garb stands at the tent's entrance,
Loud.
blinking at you. And his
clowns.
Right after you just got done telling me, pick me up, bitch. The question is,
but this one is okay. Let me. There's a picture of him too. Okay, so
what the fuck?
Oh, this is the mime.
That was the
Oh,
mine. Oh, no.
This is the mime, and
No.
he. Yeah, he
Why am I so scared of that mine?
right. He kind of looks like very black and white.
Black
He
and
has
white.
a strange monochromatic look, and not just like he's not obviously wearing mime makeup. He just looks this way.
Well,
And
that's
you feel like he's not like a very good mime. He's like he's not done this before.
Is that guy near us, or was that in the cannot pronounce the word.
Extravaganza, yeah. I believe he
Yeah.
was in there.
That's
But
so
everybody's gone back to their posts
pronunciation.
now.
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
So,
So,
are we gonna go over
uh,
your plan, Rogue?
why does he look like Peter Pan from Wish?
Yeah. He's very thin.
Okay.
But he is a human.
Oh my god.
Tinkerbell. That's all I hear from your mic, Rogue, is Tinkerbell from
Elena,
her.
Elena was like, "This is if
Elena.
Tinkerbell and Laughing Jack had a child." Okay, so was there a crowd of people in there?
There don't seem to be too many people going into this one.
Okay, so it would be easy to tell. So Scratch, put me on your shoulders. I don't need him. Um, um, she's like, okay, you go that way, I'll go this way. Holler if you find him, and I'll come to you, and then same for me. So she splits off from him and goes left, looking
Okay,
that way to see if she can
so
find the house.
he holds out his puncher, but he doesn't say anything. He's got a puncher ticket to go in there.
Yeah, she goes to go past, and then when she sees the puncher in front of her, she's like, "Oh, fucking here! Hurry up!"
I just had mine to them.
So you look inside. You go inside there, and he. So are you guys bringing Mimzy and the other halfling in there?
Mimzy is with the halfling helping her pick out flowers, I think. Was that where you were?
And
Yeah, she said she's helping pick out flowers right now.
out of character, I was thinking, like, when a man gets hurt like that, they need a man-to-man talk, like, they need a homie.
She's like, "We already went over this. You're not a man. Just go find him. And if you find him first, let me know."
This is how I'm stupid.
Okay, so you guys are going in there to search for Reuben.
Yes.
And so inside there, tall mirrors line the interior walls of the tent. So it's like one of those halls of mirrors that you kind of, it's hard to find your way around.
Oh,
The images in the mirrors also are magical. The ones near the entrance reflect the onlooker in their youth. So for you, it's pretty like young,
doesn't show me as
like a
a
little
baby.
baby. And they grow steadily older until the mirrors deep within the hall reflect the onlookers in their twilight years. So it goes like past your life into the future. And
What I look like.
so you're sort of seeing yourself as I don't know, you could describe how you would have looked yet when you were young. It's hard with you because your form is so changeable.
I think my birth form would probably be like
A
what
fucking cow.
what a changeling would look like when they're born, and then like literally like 2 years
Like,
later
they
evolves.
you came out with
Like
no
evolution.
facial features. You didn't know how to fucking breathe.
Actually, I'll say that the image the image that you see is actually your real form. The others don't see it, but the others see just the aged version of your what form you're holding right now. But what you see is your own real form, and
Cool.
and the different ages.
Bobby would be like, "Wow, I forget I have a dick
There's no more,
sometimes."
dog.
Do you like my character's just like, wow, I forget I have a dick.
So if you're searching for Ruben, you can spend a minute searching and then make a perception check.
Oh
Okay.
God.
I think I got like a 0 on that, so let's do this shit.
Let's see what happens.
I got a -1. Watch me roll a high number.
Oh. I was wrong. Perception is my +4. I was thinking of the other one.
We got a 4.
I got a 4.
23.
23.
Okay.
Dude, what is this? Is rigged. I'm saying it. It's rigged.
So
This is so rigged.
you guys, I assume, stay together because you wouldn't want to get lost from each other in there, I think.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
guess.
So we'll assume all three of you together, and basically, the halfling girl, her name is Ween, and she says that she doesn't want to go in there because she's already heard what the mirrors show, and so she stays out, but hopes that you can find Reuben for her. And you do find
Okay.
Reuben staring into a mirror that he is looking at worriedly, and a little girl in a pig mask can be seen in the pane, whispering to his youthful reflection. As soon as she turns to see you, she disappears. Okay, and then you come
He
up to
goes,
Reuben.
hey, what's up?
You come up to Reuben. He goes, oh, what? Who are you?
My name is Bobby gets confused for a minute. And then he says, Rosa, yeah, sorry, I'm kind of dumb.
Goes,
I saw you were very upset.
He
Would you
goes,
care to have do you want me to help you feel better? Awkwardly asked.
he says, well, I just proposed to my love and she laughed at me.
Go ahead.
You're terrible at
Oh.
this. I'm coming back. I'm here. I'm back.
Okay.
Everything he says.
He looks a little surprised at your
I'm
voice.
other-
Oh.
Don't listen to him. You want her? Well, go back. Go to her.
You're gonna be so
Right
confused
there
with
waiting out
him.
there for you. You have another chance at this. You can make this right. It just went wrong the first time. Trust me, the second time will be better.
He's like, and then Calypso's like, not to mention, take your tea off. Not to mention, when you were close to that little thing over there, there's something on it that like made her bust out. Like she didn't laugh because you asked to marry her. That's not what it was. I promise.
Yeah,
Just
it
go
was.
try again. Mimsy's right.
Okay, make a persuasion check, whoever wants to.
Oh
I'll
Jesus.
help.
Yeah, you can give someone advantage by just saying you're going to help them.
Oh well, I just started rolling.
Okay.
It's not me. Lana got a 14.
Okay. And Bobby?
Yeah.
9. Okay. So, surprisingly, Mimzy is the best one. Actually, you did talk to the girl, so you have the right thing to say. And so he goes, "Oh, a spell. That makes sense." Oh, and he looks all relieved. And he goes, "Did you guys see a girl in a pig mask in here?"
Calypso's like, yeah, what the fuck was that?
I know, right? He says she was asking me if I had any regrets, and that if I did, she knew someone who could help me. I just had to follow
The character
her.
immediately says, "Don't listen to that. They're
And
probably going to encourage you to
I
hurt
was
yourself."
so upset from that situation that I was really tempted to follow her. But now that's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. Go
That's wild.
you should go find your fiance out there.
And don't listen to ghosts that tell you to basically off yourself.
And Calypso is very clearly thinking while they're telling him to go find the fiance.
Okay, so
You mean men's? Because my character's staying to investigate the ghost.
you guys help the halfling come out there, and he re-proposes to his love, and you guys do it far away from that statue, and she is so overjoyed and happy that you guys have fixed that problem, and they both are so happy that the carnival's happiness level goes up another level. And I think we were
my
at
character
2, and then we went up 3 more, or no, 2 more, and now we're at 5 right now.
Nice,
my
nice.
character stay in the illusion because he's very curious about
Okay.
that ghost.
Okay,
Yeah,
you stay
she's
behind and search around for the ghost.
Yeah.
Calypso had stayed too. I figured that he kind of just like the
Okay.
guy. They helped him leave, and then they came back in because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calypso was thinking about it too. She was
Yeah,
like,
you guys have
I
already gone in, and the guy with the ticket stamper just waves you on if you want to go back in.
yeah. So Calypso is like, obviously, that little witch thing is rigged up for whoever that pig mask person is, because anyone who comes near that can run directly in here and seeing themselves at an older age and having to talk about regrets while looking at themselves that old, that's gonna make them want to go that pig person. I think that she had something to do with that witch thing.
It's probably a gig setup. That's what my character says.
So Mimsy thinks that the child pig mask thing steals people's souls. I don't steal people's souls, Mimsy.
Yells in the background.
Hey, that child probably steals souls. All children are evil in some way. They have good, but they're still
I
evil.
like how my character literally told Ruben, like, don't listen to ghosts to
Calypso
tell you to off
staring at
yourself.
Mimsy, like, would you shut the fuck up?
I love you.
Fuck
My
you.
character just picks his ear because it hurt a bit. Totally.
He's like, so anyways, maybe we should go help the mermaid first. Or the sad singing we heard, maybe we should go do that first, because we can always come back and investigate the pig thing after we see what's up with the
Is it a
mermaid.
pig or pink?
Pig.
It was a pig.
I could have made such a better joke. No.
You made a joke?
Yes. I made don't off yourself, Joe.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, I heard it, but it wasn't very good. So you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, he
Okay,
didn't miss
so-
anything. It was bad.
Joke is.
So with this incident, the another hour has gone by. You do find after investigating there, you don't find anything in there to do with the pig girl. But you do go through the Hall of Illusions, and it does get. Then you find out that it gets older and older as you get through the deeper into the hall. But you don't find her in there, and you eventually come out, and you still see that the ticket, the mime there still hasn't talked or anything. And
Calypso
Oh,
would be
his-
listening to see if she heard the crying, since her insight on that going first before looking for the other things was ignored.
and he also looks. He's hearing the. You notice that as you came out, this mime is like hearing the sad music from behind the river, and he's looking over there longingly.
Who is?
Yeah.
The mime
Aw. We just
whose name you don't know yet.
So
Calypso, do I need to make a check to find out his name?
You could just ask him.
Okay, so I didn't know if he would like actually say it, and he did. He'd have make us figure it out or whatever. But Calypso goes up. She's like, "What's your name?" Just
And he can't he points to his throat, and he says, he sort of shrugs a bit, and he motions like a writing motion, and then kind of shrugs.
my character takes out a piece of paper.
okay. Yeah.
Okay,
And
and
put-
he writes down Candlefoot.
Ah, wasn't that's the name of the one that was the hamster said was like liking the mermaid, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Said what now?
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
too busy eating.
And Palasha is the name of the mermaid.
Actually, no, you told me that. Actually,
Yeah.
never mind. I thought you never told me that. I thought I was just too busy eating.
Okay, so
And
So
actually, as
that
you see him listening to the music, you notice his color kind of returns a little bit. And then when she stops, it sort of fades back into monochrome.
okay. So Calypso is like, she's like, you really like her, don't you?
He nods.
He's like, can
He
you write?
points at the two halflings who are kind of cuddling together, and she's looking at the ring and admiring it, and he points over at them and then looks down.
But Calypso, it's like under her breath, goes, "That's disgusting." Anyways, do you?
What?
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, the romantic thing is disgusting.
Yeah. She's like, anyways.
I keep forgetting
do-
your character
yeah,
is a young child.
Yeah, no, I know. I do that too sometimes.
He's like, well, I didn't give her a voice or anything. I guess I should have, because usually, this used to be my character Jordan for like role plays, and she had like a Jersey accent, like a very heavy Jersey accent,
Hmm.
and it was deeper than normal for a child's voice, but she had like vocal manipulation, so it was like a natural thing for her.
Oh, okay.
I should probably try to give her a voice instead of sounding like a grown woman, but
It's
a
okay.
little late for
We'll
that
try and
now.
remember. It's role playing. We
Yeah.
gotta do a little imagining here.
Bobby's voice would sound like
She's
probably
like,
the dumbass.
can you?
Yeah, you're a girl right now, so yours would sound like a girl too.
Yeah. Mine would sound like a fully grown woman.
I will pull out the voice mod. Don't you tempt me. She
If you can get
she
it to
looks
work
at
this time.
Candlefoot, and yeah, for real. She's like, maybe is there any reason that you can't go be with her
And he
other
points
than
at his throat
you
again.
two working? And she just like she's like, you got pen and paper, just write it down.
He sort of kind of looks down and sort of looks shakes his head.
She's like, do you not know why? Okay.
Hold up.
Okay,
Idea.
he
Hold up one
motions
finger.
like like his arms around like you would see someone casting a spell.
Logan's. Can I cast Cure Wounds on him?
So
Is it like
she's
that?
like, so
Do you have that?
Yeah, I have Cure Wounds.
You could try it. Do you want to use
All
up
right.
a spell?
It is a first level.
Oh,
for
sorry.
sure.
While you guys were in the big top, you would have gotten a short rest, so you can actually spend one of your hit dice to heal yourself. So how you do that is you roll the die that you would have rolled for getting hit points, and then you've used up that die for the day.
I thought
So-
if you take short or long, oh no, that's long rest.
If you
don't
get a
have
long
to-
rest, you get some back.
Okay. I don't know how to.
So I think
I'll figure it out later.
that's not the right one, is it?
No.
If you're a rogue, it would probably be the D6, I think.
Okay, so
Oh, what the?
It should be on your sheet actually. If you go to
that's
the rest section, short rest.
Use...
Click on that, you should see what die it is. Yeah, and if you just click on that, I think it'll just roll it for you.
Click on
short rest.
Where's short rest? What? I don't see it.
There's short rest and long rest right next to each other.
My numbers are in the way.
That doesn't.
Oh, it's a D8 plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not fighting
just-
yet.
Automatically apply healing with dice result? Question mark.
I can look on yours for you.
I didn't even take my
Do
damage
you want me
away
to
from
just roll
earlier.
it for you, for Bobby?
No, I just need to know the dice.
Okay, it says it's a D8 plus 3.
D8. Let's see.
I rolled a 7 plus 2
Okay,
gets
so
9.
yeah, you're fully healed and
I was at like 13.
yeah, you only need 6, I think, so.
I had 5.
Yeah, you're
So-
fully healed. So.
Yeah, I'm fully healed.
Okay. You guys both fully healed from that. Okay, so now back to the situation at hand. You're trying to talk to Candlefoot.
And I
about-
say to Candlefoot, I have an idea.
Okay,
And he kind of
nods.
says, I know some magic. It could is your he points at because he doesn't want to bring up a touchy topic, so he just says, does your voice, is it physical or magical?
Calypso is just like
he
just
goes he holds up his hands and in the air and sort of wiggles his fingers basically.
he makes the
Magic?
magic motion again.
And then
yeah.
he makes a he bobs his head front and back and flaps his arms.
What is what? What is that supposed to indicate?
Yeah, he sees you say bird and he nods his head.
Okay,
She's
so
like, was it a actual bird or was it like a bird that walks on two legs?
magical bird.
He nods.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
So he's
Bobby,
so
do
my
we know where the what's its face went? Do we know where our bird went?
if it was the Kanku, he said, then most likely he got hit on the throat. So I cast Cure Wounds on him to see if it'll fix his throat.
It does not.
Okay. So, like I said, do we know where the bird thing went? Do we know where the Kanku went?
You guys were supposed to meet up with him to between your visits to things to compare information.
Okay, so
Or her, sorry.
let's try and meet up with the Kanku on the way to get to talk to the mermaid. Let's just do that. Okay.
Okay, actually, while you're in this location, you do hear a bit of a ruckus from the snail racing nearby.
Distractions.
Not again. She's like, let's go over there. I think I know what it is. And so she's like starting to slowly get a migraine. And she's she's like, you weren't here for this, Mimzy. Just follow us. So she leads them over to the snail races to see if it's what she thinks it is.
Okay,
Yo,
so
out of character, Cure Wounds was a good idea because it was really a good idea.
It is getting pretty late. Do you guys want to keep going?
We could. I mean,
it's a good place
we
to
could
stop at
pause
this
it.
point.
Yeah.
But if you want to keep going, I can do another like
I'm down for
half an
either
hour
way.
or so.
Up to you, Rogue.
Yeah, we can pause it right here.
Okay. So
Sounds
we will
good
put
to
you guys. I'm just gonna move you
Right.
between these two, and then I'll save it there. And then next time, maybe we'll be able to all be online with full audio, and I'm gonna make some little animated pictures for next time for the stream. So if you want to send me a picture of your character in, are you guys good with Photoshop?
No.
Okay,
I'm
well if you
bad
can
at drawing.
find me a picture and then just slightly modify the mouth so there's one with the mouth closed and one with the mouth open. I can do like a thing where when the character talks, its mouth goes open. If you just make two pictures, they need to be exactly the same size and shape with just that one part changed.
Okay.
And if you get me that to me by, well, I guess like a few days before we play, then I can probably put it together for next time.
Okay.
Or if you want to be on camera, I can also set up camera from Discord, but it's more prone to error. All right. So yeah, if you get that to me, just put it into the Witchlight chat, and then I'll add it to the right place after that.
Okay. Have we leveled up?
I will give you. We played a fair bit now, so I'll give you, basically. So what did we do? We did the, So you did the Kinku thing last time. Did I give you experience for last time?
Yeah,
What are you guys at right now? Let me just check.
level 2.
I'm level 1 on my D&D Beyond sheet.
Oh,
It
that's
should
because
in XP there should be a manage XP. Where is that?
you wanted help leveling. I think.
Oh, I didn't ask for any help leveling.
Then why are you level 1? Because we leveled up.
Yeah, you should be level
I
2.
don't know. It's showing my D&D Beyond sheet is level 1. I don't know.
I mean, it's fine. You can level it up for next time. But you should be. I'm just trying to see what your XP
I know you
level is
leveled
at.
it up on Fantasy Grounds, but it's not showing it on
Oh
here.
yeah. It only matters on. Oh yeah, I guess it does because you're gonna do spells there. So you need to level it up there. Let me just see. I was using XP. I thought, but it says. Oh, that's maybe yours is not set to that.
Mine's set to milestone, just so every time you say we level up, I just go in and change it.
Okay. Then I'll just check in here what it says.
In D&D Beyond, if you're in a campaign and the DM sets it to like experience, they have to type in how much you got.
Yeah. And do you guys, would you rather I just tell you when you level up? Is that easier?
I mean, for me, it's
Yeah.
easier because I can't math.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep track then.
I can math, but it's really slow.
Yeah, so I think you just have 300. I don't think I gave you anything for the last, or I think I gave you 300 for just the 2 sessions we did kind of previously. And then, or did we do 2 or 1? I don't remember.
We've been through 2 sessions,
It's
3
sort
now.
of one half a session and then another one that was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So I'll give you some XP for the Kenku as part of this, and then the meeting with Witch and Light, and the meeting with Burley, the big top kind of
Older shit.
presentation, and then helping the halflings and talking to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll give you 500 XP. So that'll put you to 800.
I know it would be late to do this idea, but I thought of a cool idea. What about a Halloween themed D&D campaign, like one shot for Halloween?
I mean, we kind of
I don't
missed
celebrate
that.
Halloween.
Yeah, we did.
I was thinking of doing that too, and I just never got around to planning it. So
Yeah, I was like,
I don't celebrate Halloween.
okay,
If we just called it like a horror or something like that, that
sure,
would be fine though. Just don't want to call it Halloween because I don't celebrate it.
that's fine.
alrighty,
So yeah,
that's
you're at
fine.
800 here. I will do it in D&D Beyond to push up, or to just give you the advancement. Okay, you're already there. Let me just see on Calypso. And so with 500 for Mimzy, Mimzy will level up to level 2 as well. So I'll just
Nice.
enter those in D&D Beyond. And you can tell me next time what you spent, or what you basically leveled up in, and what you used, if there's any choices, what you picked, and I'll update it in
How do
that.
I do that?
If you go to here, let me get into your sheet. If you go into the manage button, and then manage character and levels,
No, it's not right.
then it will. So how do I give you?
So Logan, for my knowledge, just because I could easily go in and do it,
Oh, this
are we leveling up or not?
You're
one.
you're not going to be, because you're already at level 2.
Oh yeah, she needs to level up to catch
Yeah,
up.
I think you need to be at like 1,000
Wait,
or
so am
1,200
I
or
going
something to
to
get to the next
level
level.
2 or level 3?
You should be
Level
level
2.
2. So do you
Okay.
want to go in rogue? Because you can just put it to level 2 and then it'll. How do I? Is there supposed to be a way I give it to you in the milestone though?
I found it in the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, you can just give yourself another level then in
Okay,
Rogue, and
so
then it'll tell you what you get.
level 2 now.
Yay.
I don't see it telling me anything I get.
So I think you have to set it to 2 and then save that, and then it should give you any options that you need to change anything. I think for level 2 Rogue, you just get whatever it gives you, and it will automatically do your hit points.
I'm gonna save it. Let me save.
Do you guys want to roll for hit points every level, or just take what the average is, which is what it automatically gives you?
Well, whatever's better, I guess.
I mean, if you roll every time, you could roll a 1, whereas if you get the average all the time, you'll always get a decent amount, but not anything crazy.
Did it save? Stop! I don't want to look at that.
All right,
How do I save it?
I'm gonna end the stream here. So thanks everybody for watching. And tune in next time. Not sure what date. We're gonna have to pick a date that I can consistently play, which won't be on the weekend. But we'll figure that out, and then I'll set the schedule. Okay, that's it for D&D. Thanks for watching. You guys can stay online for a second. We'll talk about that other stuff.
Yeah.